फीवर हो गया, फीवर हो गया।
वो आंटी आई थी थोड़ा का पूरा लंबा बाल वाइट कपड़े। मैं तो डर गया रे बाबा। पम 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 पम।
सिर्फ मैं हूँ कौन है? मैं हूँ. Good evening everyone. They are back. Imagine our other two panelists. One of them is having a shower. The other one said they'll be 4 minutes late for the 9:30 stream. But नामो निशान नहीं. Good evening everybody. आज सिर्फ आप और हम. Welcome. हबूबू हबूबू नहीं हबीबी वो. अरे वेटिंग रूम पूरा भर रहा है. कल का स्ट्रीम भाई लोग. तालियां आप लोगों के लिए. किधर है वो बटन? वाह, बारिश का साउंड. क्या बात है. अमेजिंग. आई एम जस्ट एज शॉक्ड एज यू आर. कल का स्ट्रीम में क्या क्या हुआ अपने को भी. लाइक दैट गाय ब्लोइंग बबल्स एंड नॉट मी, द अदर गाय इज प्लेइंग विद प्रिल इन हिज किचन. एनीवे, अपना सिरिल ढाबरियलो और सुरेश मेलिन आएंगे. बस वी डोंट नीड एनीवन. लॉल्स. हमें इतना घमंड में नहीं. अच्छा करेंगे, उनको करने दो. उनको अपना लाइफ भी जीना है. बहुत कुछ करने का है. Guys, the link to this stream is in the description. You just have to click it, open up your Zoom, come on in, and we'll pull people in randomly, and you can tell us your ghost stories. You know all the rules. You need to have your camera on. Try to tell the story as quickly as possible. Um, let's try to bully Hoezaay वो अकेले है. How does that work? I have the buttons over here. कीड़ा है क्या? चल, let's keep going. Shall we just begin straight at the top? No. We cannot do that. Very important. Please go to the description of this video and send some love to the artist who made the thumbnail. Arey Vishal Agnihotri, always doing boni boni. Vishal, baap re, you should invest this money. इतना ये stream पे कितना waste करता है. Boni ho gaye rele. This is an appreciation for last night's stream. Keep it going. Big hello to all our moderators. As you know, the ghost story sessions continue through the night all the way to 4 in the morning. Yeah, so please join our Discord. Udhar bhi chalega. We'll go on. Yes, let's see if we can continue tonight's stream till 12:30. We'll try, but we might lose Suresh in the bargain. Risk his health and all this stuff. So let us begin. Somebody says, don't take me on the stream. Fair enough. We will not take you on the stream. This is the best way to spend the weekend night. This is debatable, Chaitali. Not everybody feels that way. Rads, we will try not to send it early. Okay, I'm going to just keep an eye on my phone in case Mr. Dhabriello or Mr. Surya Melon decides to send us a message. Hello, OA, Zen, Bagheera. Okay, let's go, man. Let's get the mahol inside. Bapre. I have to say it clinically and all for that to happen. Bapre. Yeah, अरे एक्चुअली बाप रे. मतलब क्या दिख रहा है ये स्ट्रीम पे भाई? क्या है? हेलो अभिषेक, क्या शेक कर रहे हो उधर? हाँ, thank God it was your fingers. Oof. Imagine starting the stream like that. I got a little bit scared there. बाप रे.
Hey man,
Okay, how are you doing, Abhishek?
I'm fine, brother. How are you?
Good to have you on today's stream. You're going to be telling us a ghost story. पहला question तो story में भूत है.
Right.
है ना?
Yeah, hi.
Good to have you on, brother. Let's go.
All right. So this story is a two-parter.
Okay.
The first is when my dad went to the US. The second is when my dad had some diksha he did.
Okay.
Because in Hinduism, you have these dikshas that you do of certain gods that are given to you by a Guruji.
All
And
right.
he'll give you a certain mantra, and there are these rules and regulations that you have to follow.
ठीक है.
And if you do that mantra the given number of times and you follow all the rules that have been told to you, you will powers, basically things like communicating with the spirits and having a little bit of control over maybe the lesser powerful ones, I guess.
Okay.
Something like that. So the first part is my dad had a leather company back in 2005, 2004. And he had a dealer who took a huge contract, and he had to go visit him in the US. And before my dad went, he spoke with his Guruji, and he said that, so this is the case, I have to go to the US, and maybe if all things turn out well, I'll be thinking of settling in the US itself. And my Guruji and my dad's Guruji was like, see, when you go there, bad things will happen to your family. I suggest you come as soon as you can. The best, the maximum amount of days that I can protect your family without being distracted is 14 days. And my dad was like, okay, sir. He took it very seriously and was like, fine, 2 weeks it is. I'll get my shit done and come back. And this I have noticed because at that time I was around fourth class, fifth class. And my mom used to stay back in me, my mom, and my brother were the ones who stayed in an apartment, and we lived pretty close by to the Guruji that I was saying. And my grandmother also stayed really close to us. That was the reason we took a rented flat in that area.
Right.
And what happened for these 14 days was my mom started experiencing nightmares, which were quite real for her.
Oh, speaking of nightmares, Cyril has joined. Please continue.
And she saw a certain figure in the house that was uh, talking negative stuff to her, which actually drove her to kind of depression and the downstairs of depression. And
Shit.
there was two instances during those 14 days my dad had left. One was immediately after he left, which was probably the second day. She was standing in the balcony, and back then we didn't have grills, so the parapet wall was almost as up to your thighs, not even your hips. So she started bending over the parapet wall and looking down. And we live in the third floor at that apartment. And so to say something about my mother, she's a very logical woman. She's very religious, and not she believes that she is protected from beings that cause harm to others. And all of a sudden, when I was standing beside her, she's saying that the height looks really nice. Do you think somebody might die if you jump from here? And that is something obviously not a middle class mother would ever say to you when you're standing in a balcony. She'll probably kick your ass and pull you out of there. That was the first one. And the second one was the day when, I'm sorry, I just got a call, motherfucker.
You call saying, please
So,
don't tell this story.
Yeah. Wow.
and the
Okay.
second incident in those 14 days was this I also experienced along with her. And I honestly cannot say that I've experienced it to the fullest, but I'm pretty sure that my mother did based on her reaction. So we were in the bedroom in our flat, and she was just sleeping because she was too tired during those days. And you don't really have much company during those days. I mean, I had friends, but I preferred staying around my mom because I was in my fourth class, fifth class, and she was quite a fun person. And because she was feeling not so well that day, I thought, just stay beside her, make her laugh, be funny. She'll be fine. So what happened then was I just came into the bedroom after watching a couple of hours of TV, and I saw that my mom was sweating and talking to somebody in her dream. So like, fine, she might be having one of those nightmares that she is having quite regularly nowadays. But what I saw was a black, tall man. I mean, by black, I don't mean his skin color. I mean, he wore a really long black dress and somewhat of a pointy hat. I'd like to say he looked more or less like Dumbledore, but without the beard, which is even more scarier for me. And this person was chanting something right beside my mom. And I got freaked the fuck out. I took something to throw at him, and by the time I could pick it up and actually look back at him, he was gone. My mother's chanting stopped, talking in the dream stopped, and I woke her up. And she was like, "I'm fine for now. I'm fine now. I just got a nightmare. I think I'll be fine from today." And my dad still had 2 days left to come. And what happened was that night, when we were talking back in the balcony again, she repeated the same thing, and this freaked me very badly. So I called my brother, who is 4 years older than me right now, and I told him like, "Mom is acting a little bit weird, so let's just take her in and like let her sleep for today." And for 2 days we survived, and my dad came back, and all of these things stopped. And the second story is, this is my first story, and that's all.
Oh, Bandies,
That's
I
all
Oh,
thought
that
this was
happened.
I thought you finished the second story, Bapre.
wow.
I'm so
Anyway,
sorry. I'm so
no
sorry.
worries.
Should
So
I continue?
then, is everything okay now, though? That's crazy.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes. She's perfectly fine. No signs of any evil spirits whatsoever. But
And is there, I know I jumped on the story a little later, Abhishek, but
sure.
is there a
Yeah.
reason? Did she come in contact with something? Like, how did that, normally they
Yes,
say,
apparently, I mean, this is completely anecdotal, but there were two brothers in the flat that we lived with. There were two brothers living in the flat that we lived before,
Hmm.
and one of them was a tantric, and he apparently killed the other guy, his brother, because of some dispute. And it wasn't
Wow.
even some dispute like where he outed his brother for being a tantric. It was more of a property dispute, something more believable.
Yeah, it's always something as
Anyway, at least the good thing
futile.
is all this stuff is not happening anymore, right?
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
way back. This is probably
Sweet.
10, 12 years ago.
Dude,
Anyway,
lots of great story, Abhishek. I mean, I caught it
yeah.
on the way in while they're freaky. Thank you so much for sharing that, though.
I know.
I have
I
the
know you want to
second
do
part
the
of this,
second. Oh, there's a
which,
second part of the same story. Ki second story.
yes. So this
No,
is
fine.
actually something I realized when I was listening to your ghost stories. I just started listening to your ghost stories streams for like 2 weeks ago because I was sleeping in office and I needed something to wake me up.
You're sleeping in
And
office. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Very
it.
nice.
and your ghost stories, like at least one of the ghost stories in your stream is something that gets you excited and
Yeah.
gives
At
you
least one.
goosebumps.
You
Yeah,
described it
at least one,
perfectly.
at
And
the very
Yeah.
least.
but
Thanks.
go for it, buddy. The Panvel is almost here. I mean, it
Yeah.
came. हम लोग
Yes,
वापस आ रहे.
I
We're taking the
understand.
train back now.
Okay, so this was when my dad took a Hanuman Diksha. So after listening to all what my mom said, my dad was like, "Let's get the fuck out of here. Go to a new flat, and I'll do some puja to get us help." And he went back to his Guruji, asked for a Diksha, Hanuman Diksha. Hanuman, because in our religion we believe that Hanuman is basically the king of all of these ganas, like the evil spirits. Like they will always listen to him. And what happened was my father went and asked him for a 40-day Diksha. And during this time, he wasn't supposed to, touch women or be in their like closeness.
I mean,
He
ideally, your
always used
father shouldn't be touching women anyway, but
He meant in
yes,
proximity.
my
I
mom.
know.
He shouldn't touch my mom.
Baba,
Okay.
15 minute हो
That
गया
sounds a bit
Baba,
dangerous.
please.
Oh
Chalo.
shit! Yeah.
Have to-
So he always used to stay in the puja room. He used to chant his mantras, do his meditation, and get his routine down. And because I could talk to him, I always used to talk to him after he was done with his evening puja. And whenever I saw him, like once in a week or twice in a week, I always used to see that after the puja was done and his meditation was completely done, and when you can see that the person's face is completely at peace, and he opens his eyes and it's fucking bloodshot red, man. It's like my dad has red eyes, like kya ho raha hai, bhencho de diksha viksha kya hai ye? Like fine, fuck it. It's not anything related to me. I'm not going to get affected by it anyway. So I stopped meeting him for those 40 days. 40 days. And later, he went to visit his mother, and she lives in a little bit of an isolated area. And I'm from Hyderabad, by the way. I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Hey,
So
thanks for
she lives
sharing.
in a little bit of an isolated area, and he had a scooter back then, and he had to pass a certain route which was abandoned, and nobody used to live there. And this was during the Diksha time. So he went, he visited his mother, and he was coming back. And this was around 11 to 11:30 in the night. And his scooter suddenly stopped. And he was like, fine, fuck it. Okay, let's just go from here. And he ditched his scooter and started walking a little bit. And because he was during his Diksha, he was a little bit too confident, because I was like, kuch nahi aayega, benchad aane se main dekh lunga. And what happened was, there was this apparition that came out of nowhere and said to him that I'll be killing your whole family if you don't stop your Diksha right now. I do not like that whatever you are doing is being giving you more power. And if you continue this Diksha, I am definitely going to kill your family. And my dad is not a person who gets usually scared. And he's a more of a logical kind of guy, even though he's like religious. And he just ran the fuck away from there. And this incident I learned about maybe 5 to 7 years after it happened. And the person who actually described matches the complete description of the person who I saw behind my mom's bed. So that freaked me the fuck out. Like that tall,
it's like a full circle.
It's like a full circle, and I didn't realize that for a long time.
Dude, that's creepy.
That is freaky.
Yes.
That is pretty freaky, brother. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you so much
this.
for sharing, Abhishek.
And
Thank you, brother.
Ankit,
Have a
it's
nice
great meeting you after all these years. The last time we met you was on Khan Masti. It's really good. Anyway, don't worry. Everyone doesn't have to get all the jokes. Thank you, Abhishek. Great fun. Take care.
Great stuff, man. Peace
Scary.
out.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
said
keep your
fun. I
family
meant
safe.
scary.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Hoezaay is in a different stream right now. But it's okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
Bye.
Anyway.
The moment he said apparition, Suresh Menon आ गया अंदर.
हाँ. लेकिन सुरेश मैंने कहा जो ऑडियो कनेक्ट हो रही है क्योंकि इसका जो पैकेज इंटरनेट पैकेज आने वाले
No, Hi, Cyril ji.
नमस्ते जी
Zara,
होसे जी
Please, माहौल कितना excitement. That is
नहीं
yesterday's
एक्साइटमेंट
stream.
है नहीं मैं देखिए पहले जो हमारे जो चैट है जो हमारे जो कॉलर्स है प्लीज आपको पता है कि होसे बहुत अच्छा आदमी है और ये सेकंड
नहीं,
स्टोरी
बिल्कुल
थर्ड
नहीं,
स्टोरी मैं अभी होसे का दोस्त है तो मैं अभी बोल रहे एक ही स्टोरी प्लीज सीधा
Yeah, उसका एक ही story है. See, we were
हाँ.
getting impatient, but उसका the stories were tied into each other.
नहीं
ना,
अच्छा
थोड़ा
स्टोरी अच्छा हाँ
True detective वो वाला scene हो
टॉल
गया तो.
डार्क इमेज
ठीक है, wow. And you know, a lot of time people describe these things like he said Dumbledore without a beard. And when I just told my story, I said I thought it was Batman.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the only way for us to sort of like describe it. It comes off a little funny, but these things we believe happen to us. Okay, so please.
करेक्ट सुरेश जी क्या कृपया आप है उधर या ये कोई भूत है
Please, are you there? Is what you say.
I feel like I'm talking to the other side.
Hey,
Suresh
nice try, Suresh. We saw that
Suresh.
flicker. We know this is fake. Oh, दिख गया. Very nice. क्या time
Damn
pass है. You messed up by doing that first.
I should have kept the mic over there.
What
Okay,
luck.
so-
I was so fast. I saw that flicker. I was like, Arey, this
Yeah,
guy
damn
is
it, even-
messing around.
Yeah.
Also, Suresh, your camera quality is not so good.
What?
वो पीछे का was too good. That's why. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Here we go. Now we're really starting the ghost story stream. No, I'm kidding. That was good. That's pretty
Good
freaky.
night.
Also, man, the way it tied in and then all that.
Hmm.
Must
Yeah,
have messed
so
with his mind.
something
on.
happened to me on the way also. Like I was telling my driver I have to drive fast. मुझे ghost stream में जाना है करके.
Hmm.
तो he told me मैं तो देखता रहता हूँ आप लोग का stream बहुत अच्छा है. And then after some time a signal came. So I was waiting, looking out, listening to some music. Suddenly looked back, the driver was not there.
Oh my God. I thought he was going to say, आप लोग, the internet said so, आपका podcast बहुत अच्छा है.
नहीं
No, वो था नहीं उधर. Driver था ही नहीं.
Very nice.
Then
Good
I
to hear.
realized I was still sitting on the chair in the
At home.
ये
Oh,
लाइक
damn.
सर हम तो घर
Ridiculous.
बहुत 1 घंटा पहले पहुंच गए
Anyway,
Firstly,
big round
I
of
would
applause.
like to say
Yeah.
sorry to everybody who has been waiting for me and unnerving.
No one
yeah
will
me
do,
and,
don't worry.
okay
no?
guys Suresh let's just come out and say that you and I were hanging with each other and we
What?
went out for dinner yeah
Without
we
me?
don't yeah
We are Malabar Hill
मैं
hanging
तो आता भी
gardens.
नहीं. Anyway, round of applause. Let's get this formalities out of the way. Round of applause for
Round of
Suresh Menon. This is
Menon.
our partnership. Suresh Menon, Cyril
Good
DiAbrio. Cyrus
Yeah.
is on
Jose
shoot.
Cavaco.
Let's keep going.
Chaka, 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 chaka.
Okay, guys, mahal, jokes.
Yeah.
I
Just
am in
I
my
was
hall.
just,
there.
just
I'm in my hall.
I was actually at my friend's son's book launch. You know, young kid of 20 years who's written 2 novels, one book of poems and one novel.
Is it
And
about?
thankfully, they didn't ask me to speak because my English would have been caught out then. You know, so
Are you mad, sir?
I
Your
just clapped and
English?
hurry, that guy when he spoke with some real big words, and I said, oh,
Okay.
okay.
So,
Then I
this personal story stream we'll be doing tomorrow. Thank you for sharing
Sorry,
with
sir.
us.
Sorry,
I
sir.
had one about some rash, sir. So I said that's about tomorrow. I
That's
guess.
allowed. Please continue,
Okay.
Cyril.
Rashed in peace.
Because
Rashed
it's
in peace.
horrific. Anyway, before we go ahead, Amal Marela. Is Cyril Marela? Belated happy birthday, Cyril. Love you. Dhruv says thank you for all the laughs. And Bonito Vishal Agnihotri say Hoezaay. So here we go, guys. Let's keep going. Also, please don't forget that like button. I combined all those words. Forget to hit. I said don't forget the like button. Hi, how are you?
I have
Sir.
the best story for the stream is connecting
Audio,
to audio. What a big
yeah.
name. So I just want
Pehla.
to say that, in between I may switch off the camera because I really have to eat something. Otherwise my sugar
Don't
levels
worry,
will go up.
Suresh. We are used to
you and
seeing you
me.
eat on stream.
No,
So
see, I
please.
thought I'll be very,
So we'll sync it, sir. You put off camera, I put camera off.
Kal ka stream mein, that girl is like, she's like, ah, and Suresh.
Sir, your audio is on mute. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
sir, you're mute. You're mute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Welcome.
Oh, yeah,
we can hear
hear
you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
just
can
start.
still hear you. Don't worry.
Oh, Suresh ka thoda, he's
Wow.
not eaten na this.
Sir,
day,
ये
aisa ho.
talent show कल था, sir.
Suresh can fart the alphabet. We'll do that next Friday. Anyway, buddy, good evening.
Okay.
Welcome. Welcome. You have a ghost story for us?
Yeah, I have a very short story. I won't make it too long. So this
You're a
happened with a
hero.
cousin of mine, and
Cousin.
he's a bit of an asshole. Okay, मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ.
Oh,
He
no.
does
Correct.
the most things. Okay, like once there was this kid in his colony whom he used to hate. So उसने वो बच्चे को लिया and he put him on some random bus. वो बच्चा पता नहीं कहीं और पहुंच गया. So my cousin used to do the most outrageous things. So this story, that's why I believe in this story. Although I'm not very
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
And honestly, this story is more creepy than scary. So what happened was my cousin and his friends, they used to go for swimming classes in the morning, like 5 baje or something they used to go in the morning. So there was a Parsi cemetery there near their house. Okay. So you do know how Parsi cemeteries are, right? Like
Yes,
if
yes.
Cyrus was here, he would have been able to explain better. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
basically a huge well. It's a huge, like, it's firstly like a tower or something. It's called a Tower of Silence or something. And there are wells inside it.
I think
Yeah.
So
they
what the
use
Parsi-
disintegrators also now there, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, now they do that, but this is like, this happened like 10
Earlier.
Sure.
So they basically hang dead bodies in those wells,
Hmm.
and birds and everything eat them. Basically, Parsis believe in giving back to the world, so that's how they take care of their dead. So what happened was my cousin and his friends decided to go to that cemetery. Okay, like they were perhaps in class 7th or 8th, they were just kids, but they decided कि हम जाएंगे सुबह सुबह. So the first day that they tried to go, उन लोग की like one of them chickened out and they had to come back. ऐसे एक दो बार हुआ, and then finally one day they decided कि आज तो जाके ही रहेंगे. So I think there were three guys. Yeah, there were three guys. So they went there, and there was a guard there, but he was sleeping. So they were able to enter that tower. And as they went up, they saw that there were two dead bodies. Like there were three wells, and there were two dead bodies in those wells. So there was a dead body of a woman in one of the wells, which was towards the back, and in the well that was in the front, there was a dead body of a man. Okay. So my cousin and his friend decided to go to the first well where the man's dead body was, and their other friend went to the other well where the woman's dead body was. And so they just went to those dead bodies and they were like doing stupid stuff. Like they were saying, hey, kya kar raha hai, ye wo, hey, tu mar gaya. They were like making noises, and like, you know how they call people in India, like you make that noise, like that. So they were making.
They were behaving
that
like
also.
us, like panelists.
Yeah. Okay, so they were doing that. So my cousin and his friend were looking at the guy's dead body. Suddenly their friend comes running to them. He was crying and he was like really hysterical. So they were like, what happened? And he refused to say anything. And he was just trembling. And he said, ki abhi wapas chalo. So they were like, Arey, hua kya bol to? And he said, no, we have to leave right now. And he literally started shouting. So they were like, bhai, please calm down. There's a guard who's waiting outside. Wo pakad lega hum logo ko. So somehow they calmed him down and they took him back to his house. And that guy was really shaken up. Like he was unable to drive his bicycle even. He kept falling down and he was literally shivering. So they took him back to his house and then he got a fever. And like he was on bed rest for like 2-3 weeks after that. And he just refused to talk to them about this event. Whenever they tried to bring it up, he just kept saying, I don't remember what happened. I was not feeling well and that's why I decided to leave. Abhi, now that they're grown-ups, they confronted him again about this story. And now he told them the truth that what happened was my cousin and his friend were looking at the guy's dead body. And this guy, the one who got really scared, went to the woman's dead body alone. And what he did was he just went to a dead body and he just kept calling, Ki, kya hai? When he made this sound. So the dead body was basically looking down. And as he made this sound, it just looked up like this. Maybe it was because there was darkness or something, but
Oh shit.
that freaked him out and he was like, Bhai, abhi chalo, ye sab nahi karna. So this is
Holy
what
crap.
Wow.
But real or not, even if you imagine something like that, oh my god, just the
So oh
Kya
god,
hai?
this is like so spooky, man.
Yeah.
This
I-
was,
I
and
just-
this happened to that cousin of yours who used to put random kids on buses and send them away, correct?
yeah.
He deserves it. Huh? So
Yeah,
it must have been
yeah.
the same kid.
I think it was coming. It was
He
definitely coming
deserves
for
it.
sure.
It must have been
That's
the same
hysterical.
Yeah.
But bodies have been known to move post death also because of gases and all kinds of other stuff. But anyway,
Are you sure he was not staring into someone's house like he got the angle wrong and this woman he just
I don't
like,
think you
she looked
can
up.
from over there. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is creepy. I've seen
Oh,
these things.
Scary shit.
kid. Yeah, I
Thank
hope
you
your
for sharing
cousin
that,
is
man.
okay though.
Yeah, now the
Is
guy
he
is
behaving well and all?
I
Is
hope
he-
the kid who was put on the bus is okay.
Yeah, the kid's still in the bus. He's still not found himself.
What
I'm
the
glad
hell?
he's
Great story, buddy. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, man.
okay.
Take care,
Thank you,
man.
guys.
Have a good night. Bye bye.
अच्छा था, अच्छा था.
Yeah, I just want to take
What a
this
chara.
this thing that while whether you believe or you don't believe, I
Yeah,
think
why
being
would you-
disrespectful to
Yeah.
any sort of
Any-
sacred ground is it's just not like it's not fun. It's not cool. It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, that's a whole different discussion. I'm saying you see a dead body, then you go and say, "Tss, tss."
Yeah.
That's a pagal
So
ho
you
gaya
know,
kya?
so what what I'm doing, right, to counter this, when I die, I'm putting a recording under my gravestone. So randomly in the middle light, it will say. "Shh." So if anyone comes out
Oh.
there,
There's a Zubin over here saying that no one is allowed to go up in the wells and all. So,
That is
Mhm.
true.
pata nahi hai.
Mhm.
Guys, please take everything on this stream with, I think, one whole fistful of salt,
Mahol.
not a
Okay.
pinch of salt. Yeah, with mahol also.
Hmm.
Mahol,
But Zubin
my
is
kitchen,
right,
my
actually.
bathroom.
Actually, Parsis are very, very particular and nobody can actually go there. So these guys, obviously, in the childish this thing, they went there anyway. So that's their
Still,
problem.
super creepy story. We're
Super
here.
creepy.
If we were here for the truth,
Yeah. That's a different stream.
yeah, we have this. We don't have a stream like that.
Yeah.
Suresh is now. Suresh,
there,
now
I'm there.
every time you turn your camera off, we know you're putting something in your mouth. So
No. I'll tell you.
Just-
Suresh is taking off his t-shirt every time.
he's like, and then he does this. He's like, 2000 लोग के सामने मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, उनको पता भी नहीं. Then he comes back. He's like, oh yeah, it's not allowed over there.
Guys, I have to eat,
No,
control
but-
my sugar levels.
Can I just say, wait, let me press this button. Take this opportunity to say thank you to Cyril and Suresh, even though they had other commitments. I mean, they might have made it up also, but they still
Yeah.
showed up. And Cyril,
I'm
if you're
sorry, but
hungry,
I have
please
to-
eat.
So
I have to do this stream.
total time in the car, Hoezaay, leaving my house at 6:15 and reaching back at 10, that's around 4 hours, correct? 3 hours, 10 minutes, I was in the car.
Wonderful.
Oh boy.
Good to know. Yeah, what are you eating, Suresh? So now that we've got into the eating, kya khana hai?
I'm eating a sandwich. That's all I got in the house because I reached late, not on time. So there are
Oh.
rules and regulations, especially
Cyril,
with the
You
yes.
marriage.
want- I can make you some food. I'm going to cook while the stream's going on right now.
Oh.
But no, I'm joking.
Arre
But
wow.
I'm-
Tanvir is saying, please let Suresh have his dinner in peace, because I know Suresh was like, वो थोड़ा ऐसा मुंह ऐसा करके चल रहा है.
पागल
He
है
goes
क्या?
back.
Sorry, what?
yeah.
ठीक है. However you're comfortable, Suresh, on camera, off camera, you eat. Cyril, I just want to tell you कि जेवलस कहाँ? तुम्ही पण
Oh.
जेवा. हाँ, you
हाँ,
all sweet. हाँ, मेरा.
बराबर.
Because next week Cyril का स्वयंवर करना है ना.
No,
Oh,
We
yeah.
need your energy.
Yeah, seriously.
Just
That's
kidding.
a very good idea.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right.
Wow. To the 2,493 people over here, please don't forget to hit like, but more importantly, go over to the artwork creators Instagram, send them some love. Cyril, Suresh, even Cyrus, even though he's not here, he's here with us in spirit. Wherever he is, he's probably there also in spirit. He's
Yeah.
not very attentive. So yeah, let's keep going. Here we go. Okay, let's take Minu in. I've seen Minu in the Zoom room a lot. So hi Minu, how are you? Minu's also eating her dinner. Is this everybody's
Yeah.
dinner time? Like,
Yeah.
everybody's like,
She's like, oh God, Jose's caught
She
me
hasn't
off
realized
guard.
she's
She
on.
is eating.
I'm the
She
only
hasn't
person
realized
already
she's
eating.
on.
No,
She
she knows
does.
she's on. She knows she's
Yeah.
on. She just, the audio is just connecting, and also the food has to go down. ना थोड़ा पानी पीन मत, उसके साथ जो जाएगा नीचे.
मीनू क्रास्टो का ऑडियो अभी कनेक्ट हो रहा है.
ज्यादा पानी पीन मत, थोड़ा थोड़ा
हाँ.
एक sip पीन yet.
See,
Man, oh Minu, are you on?
Minu.
I think your audio is connected.
on.
Hi,
Good evening.
good evening. So sorry, I was having
Oh,
dinner.
where's
and
my video?
No problem, man. Nothing wrong with having dinner.
I
Everybody
know,
who's
I
eating
didn't
dinner,
expect-
leave an F in the chat. Go ahead, Minu. You
Yeah.
have a ghost story for us?
Yes, actually, it's not my ghost story.
Is-
I do have one, but then I'll tell you the
Tell us the
elaborate.
scariest one. Yeah. Scariest one.
not scary. It cannot be a scary thing
disconnect.
because it's not my
Oh.
experience.
Acha,
Okay.
ठीक है.
So okay, this has happened to my brother and his family, like my cousin brother, basically,
Okay.
and his family. They used to live in this independent house in Bangalore, which was like towards the end of the street. It was like there was no house in front of it, and there was always construction happening. It was never ending. Like some problem or the other has to happen and things like that. And they got this house for a steal, not bought it as such, but just rented. Sorry. So what had happened was they shifted overnight. Like it was like all the things happened in a hurry. Like, you know, they were like, you need to sign the papers immediately and things like that. Usually what my elder cousin does is that he goes there personally and sees the place and then gets all the things done. He doesn't go abruptly and sign and all those stuff. But that time the owner was so adamant that it has to be done immediately and things like that. So they went into this house. My uncle went to see this place. He didn't feel anything or all those kind of things because he was a very spiritual person and he never, nothing bothered him as such. Then the same evening, those people, they're like, you know, no, you have to sign the papers and things like that. So they went and they signed and finished everything. And they gave the key to them and they shifted them immediately the next day. Couple of days, nothing happened. Everything was fine and all the stuff. For that matter, if you see, that house was fully done by Vastu. Okay, we are Christians, so it doesn't matter for us. But then everything was placed in the right place and according to all the rituals, how they had done it and all this stuff. Even for the safety, like the gas cylinders they keep, right? They keep it outside also. There's one big veranda and they had kept it.
Nice.
And I wouldn't tell the address because I don't know whether people are living there or not. So that place was like, I didn't have any experience there, nor my family had. But for some weird reason, I never went and stayed in that house. Like I never spent a night or anything like that because my aunt's house was a hub for everybody to come and meet up and things like that. But then what happened was my cousin used to work for night shift and he used to go by bike. He never used to take a regular cab and things like that. So every night when he used to come back home after a week or something like that, and he's a very sensitive person, okay? Every night when he used to come back home after 2:30 like that in the middle of the night, he used to find weird things happening in the house. Like, you know, in the hotel, how they keep chairs on top of the table once the hotel is done and they invert it upside down.
Oh
And
God,
they
I got
keep it.
chills when you said that.
This was not inverted. Inverted, okay, you can say maybe it was technically kept, like, you know, deliberately kept like that. Somebody wants to clean the floor or something, but it was not like that. The chair was literally standing on top on their legs. All the chairs on the table, dining table.
Oh,
That was one incident. Then he used to always feel that somebody is there talking in his ears. His room was on the ground floor and he couldn't sleep alone at all, and the whole night he wouldn't sleep. And when I used to go see him on Sundays, he's never let me go out of the room. He used to say, please sit here. You do whatever you want to do. I want to sleep, but please sit here. He never used to say whatever happened. And we never got to know anything until they shifted out of the house. It was like that.
Damn. So all this was happening,
And
but he never told you all anything.
no, but the family, maybe they spoke amongst themselves or something, but they never said this to anybody else in the entire like extended family. Basically, it was like that. And then there was one instance where his elder brother, he used to it was a duplex house, so they used to stay on top. He was staying there in his separate room. He heard somebody like making this moaning sound, and then he wondered what is this happening, and then he just came down, checked everything, nobody was there and all the stuff. He thought maybe there's an open field next door. Maybe he felt that there's cows and all this cattle are grazing there. Maybe it's because of that. But that didn't happen. Then he went back to sleep, and he is a person who's very strong. So that things didn't affect him, but he knew there was something in the house. Then one more thing happened. My aunt developed, I think you have that thing with hand, what is that? Something to do with your bones. Rheumatism.
Arthritis.
Yes.
Okay.
No, rheumatism. Basically, it just came out of nowhere. Like, she was healthy and all. Then my uncle had a slight burn thing happened. When I was there in the house one day, he was trying to cook and things like that. The cylinder was not working. And then we went and checked the cylinder. It was still full outside. But still the stove was not switching on, whatever you did. And then the bathroom, that was the funniest part, which I have also seen. The bathroom, it always used to be wet. No matter what. If somebody's had a bath or not had a bath, it was to always be wet. And on the ceiling had water dropping down. I've seen that as well. I used to always wonder, why is this happening? And I used to ask my cousin, did you have a bath right now? Who has a bath when you're sleeping in the middle of the night and then you're getting to go and have a bath? Are you mad? I used to ask him. And he'd be like, no, I didn't have a bath. It is to be wet. I've seen that where the ceiling is wet. I thought maybe some leakage or something like that. Because right above also, there was an area where you do... Yeah, sorry?
Was there a flat on the top?
No. It was a duplex house.
Oh, okay.
Right above the bathroom, it was another room. It was my cousin's bedroom.
Okay.
Half was like, it was a bedroom, and plus next to it there was one laundry area. But there's no leakage. There was no leakage at all. And I personally, in some weird reason, I never got to spend a night in that house.
You should thank
But
your stars.
I know, actually. Well, whoever spent a night, my aunt, my cousins, and all those things, whoever's come from outer station, things like that, they've seen things in the house, like sudden brightness in the room and things like that. I won't get to, Panvel aa jayega fir baad mein. So I will just get to this, that at the end, when they were supposed to shift, like the 11 months thing happened, everybody's health went to a next level altogether. Family was having a problem between them and things like that. And my cousin's health, the second cousin's health was really bad. Now, for that matter, he's still in a very bad condition. He couldn't. I don't know whether that's the only thing which made a thing. There were other factors as well. But then he's still still in that stage where he's still sick and things like that.
Wow.
But then exactly the day they left, they were supposed to leave. They got to know, my cousin, the elder cousin got to know that somebody was murdered there quite a long time ago, like about a decade or something. I'm not sure about this information, but I tried and searched on the internet. I couldn't find anything. But there was a rumor, or maybe it was true. I don't know. There was something like, this Freemasons, they had it was like a frat house. They said that it was like a frat house, and then somebody was murdered. The one lady was murdered, and they found a body also there in
case you don't know what that is,
back
please
of
you
the
guys
house.
can just Google it and figure out what the Freemasons are. But anyway, wow,
And
Minu
go Perry
Castro.
Mason.
I know Rajiv Mason.
One more important important thing.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
One more important
Yes,
thing.
Meenu.
There was one friend of my uncle, who used to never enter the house. He used to say that he was an Anglo-Indian. And he used to say, "No, I'm not entering the house." Then asked why. "No, there's something here. Please don't go. Please don't stay in this
Wow.
house. Why
He
you're
could
staying?"
feel the presence.
Yes, and
Damn.
also there used to always be. He used to say, "There's always an owl sitting on top."
On
So
top?
why are you? Yeah, there's always a owl sitting on your house. So that's not a good thing. So why are you staying here? Get out of this
Oh
house. He used to.
shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to never enter, never, not even inside the gate. Like that he was.
Freaky.
Mm.
We need
So
friends like
this is
that.
my cousin. I
Anyway,
know, really.
I thought it was
Where-
a really
where
beautiful
was-
story for
But
sure.
where-
And
where-
where Suresh is going to ask you, where was this
Yeah,
house? Sir?
correct.
Where was
Thank
this
you,
house?
Siddesh.
That's what I told
Anyway.
you. It is in Bangalore. It's in an
Okay.
area called Hennur. Okay, you
Hennur.
can see the house in the Google map, but it's not
I'm
very
heading
clear.
to Bangalore next
but
month.
look,
so
she
I'll
said
check it
somebody's
out.
probably living there, so it's best not to like.
Yeah.
If there's
Yeah.
nothing happening, why mess with their minds? You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the entire story, every aspect of it was really freaky. But what really bothered me was the bathroom being wet all the time.
Yeah.
This is a very annoying issue.
The
to
ghost
have.
is like,
I think-
मैं इनका जीना हराम कर दूंगा, पानी छोड़ दूंगा सब तरफ.
And that was a place like Bangalore. You
Yeah.
expect to save water, so
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I will
Meenu,
check
thank
this.
you so much.
Thank you,
That
Meenu.
was
Thank you
all
so
of
Thank
them
you,
so
thank you for
chilling.
having me.
Wow.
Such huge fans.
Take
And
care.
Suresh sir, I've grown up watching you, and I love you. I literally love
Thank
you.
you.
You're the best.
Yeah. Suresh sir is
Thank you so much.
Mahol, sir. Mahol.
Wow.
Sub
Nobody
Mahal
can
is-
beat him.
No
No,
one can
literally
We
beat him.
tried.
All-
We tried to beat him, but he's very
Yeah.
thick-skinned.
Yeah.
नहीं
You-
मार
why
सकते.
we wait?
Punches. He
Yeah.
Don't
punches
waste
back.
your time. Na? Why are you wasting your time?
Sometimes
Bye,
he
Meenu.
punches
Take
back
care.
as a-
Bye bye. Thank you for having
Bye,
me.
bye,
Bye
bye.
bye.
Same,
Thank you.
same,
Bye.
same.
Wow, man, all these
Oh.
things, freaky things. What would
Oh,
you do if
man.
you came home and you found all your furniture and all stacked on top of each other and
We
you live
discussed
alone?
this, but right,
You
we've
live
discussed
alone.
it that
Fuck.
spirits are actually sometimes just trying to say that maybe तेरे घर पे आप जो जैसे furniture डाल दिया is not right. So they are doing vastu for you. They are
No,
shifting thing
Or
ऐसा
Cyril,
करना है.
you know how they're practicing their powers of being able to hold stuff, so they're just stacking
Yeah.
things like that. He's like, "अरे
Yeah,
गिर गया."
yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Start
but
again.
have you thought that maybe the ghost also has games they want to play, like Sudoku and so with the furniture, right?
They're
so they're
playing.
moving things in.
What's that Jenga? They're playing Jenga with your
again,
furniture.
again, I had this weird thing yesterday. So after we finished our stream, and I had just, so generally everybody's in their rooms and trying to sleep and all. So the passageway to the kitchen is like quite dark. Okay, the lights are off.
Hmm.
So for a moment, because I was wearing my reading glasses, and I felt something came and went. Okay. Now I put on the kitchen light and I was that get scared strangely. Earlier I would have spooked out, but then I was thinking maybe Hoezaay, I told you also I felt that somebody was coming towards the table. I could do dup, dup, dup sounds and all towards my table.
Oh yeah,
where
you
I'm
told me
sitting right
last
now.
night. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I thought, oh shit, what if actually this is now in another dimension and I'm in between a time warp and this is happening. There's actually some party going in the house, future or in the past, and I am in that zone. And I can hear the sounds, and imagine at that time, the me who was there, he actually
Oh,
say, hey, I felt somebody in the kitchen. I felt somebody was there in the kitchen. But think of it as a theory. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
I like
It
most
is
people get
bizarre.
scared, but Suresh is like, I'm in another dimension. I think I'm existing between these two
Probably,
planes.
and probably, and that's why these, even the bathroom being wet, maybe in some other time zone, which is unfortunately matched. A bit of it is coming. The water
Yeah.
leakage is all because actually somebody's taken a bath.
Someone used the spray and by mistake ceiling के तरफ point किया, psk, उधर
तो
गया.
सीलिंग का काफी स्पूकी है. मैं कहा अपना
Anyway.
नेबर से बात करना है. मेरा सीलिंग से पानी टपक रहा है.
Very interesting story. That had a lot of chill. Like very matter of fact sort of like, but the small details gave me a bit of chills. Anyway, guys,
Yeah.
please don't forget to hit like on the stream. We have 2,600 people on the stream right now. If you have already done the like thing, then आपका काम हो गया. आप कुछ और कर सकते हैं वो टाइम के साथ. Yes, Cyril, is this fake
No,
news?
you said
For-
small details give you chill. I know. I understand.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Okay, next caller.
Energy. हमारे
Wow.
next caller.
Man, Arubasu says Paishe. Thank you, Paishe. That's a very Varun Thakur thing. Nah, I hear him say it a lot. Paishe. What does he say? I can't remember. But Chinmay Kulkarni. Chinmay, you're on. Or at least we think you are on. And hopefully you are on. You're not on. Not on. What was the joke you cracked about the Freemasons, sorry?
Perry Mason, the novel, the lawyer.
All right, Chinmay seems to have passed out. A lot of people use this stream as a as a medium to help them pass out and go to sleep,
Seriously.
which is nice also, because sometimes the stories are going on for like 20 minutes. You're like, oh. Anyway, we should do a dance like at the end of the stream. Maybe wake people up. Who else we got? Wow, there's some motivation and stuff. What? Yeah, we don't need motivation. All right. I'm gonna take the next person. Chaitanya. Jos Mario Kawako, say something funny for my friend Aditi.
Salon ghost stories connected.
Oh my
to
god, these people are toasted and they're at a party, bro. Oh my god, help us. Oh, I can only imagine the audio. It sounds like a riot over there. Ma'am, आप ज़्यादा
can't hear
पानी
you.
पीन मत. Actually, आपको ज़्यादा पानी पीन मत ही चाहिए.
Hoezaay,
Love you
I love
too.
you. That's what she
She
said.
said, Ida, I love you too. और तेरे को डाल दे. Oh my god. फिर
Okay.
क्या रे तुम लोग का क्या मस्त पार्टी चल रहा है उधर? हाँ?
मजा?
Last time I came on that after party and you just
Yes,
cut me
yes.
off. तो उसके बाद
Oh.
हमने ऐसे प्लान किया कि एक हबूबू पार्टी रखते हैं. So इस वक्त हो रहा है पीछे. And so I didn't thought that you would add me, ठीक है? So I was like ऐसे डाल देते शायद add कर लें. This will be a surprise specifically for you guys.
Oh,
आपके
wow.
लिए आज की पार्टी.
You guys are having a party for us? Oh my god, even
You
we
didn't
don't have
invite us,
parties
but-
for us.
Cyril,
Wow.
guys, I got a tell ghost story. Please go. Okay.
Please go, guys. Please focus.
Can I have a sip of your apple juice, please?
Oh, no, the ghost story. Please, guys, time come with please.
बाप रे, बहुत serious scene हो रहा है. She's like kicking her friends out.
Is it like?
I'm like super awarded in this party. So, all the mahal. I don't know
Okay.
कैसे आया वो. Okay. So, ये
Raid.
salon बोलना चाहती थी. पर पता नहीं आप सुनना पसंद करोगे या नहीं. वो ज़्यादा पनवेल का रास्ता आ जाएगा. Salon ghost story बहुत जल्दी. So, it's like जो पिछले salon में मैं काम करती थी, salon manager.
Okay.
So, Bangalore में electronic city में एक salon है, which is like a little spooky. So it has a long corridor, and being me, मैं late night तक काम करना पसंद करती थी. I'm shivering. So
Take a
मैं
breath.
late
It's okay. Don't worry. Take your time.
थोड़ा पानी पीन yet.
अब जाएगी मैं अंदर फंस जाएगी मैं.
ठीक है, हाँ.
So late night काम करती थी, and so एक दिन मेरा बेवकूफ staff got to pick up the laundry basket from the other side of the salon. और सब लाइट वाइट बंद हो चुका था, करंट चला गया, मुझे पता नहीं. I'm going there, and from the peripheral view, I saw a black shadow near that basket के थोड़ा साइड. अब वो थोड़ी सी लाइट जो है स्ट्रीट की तरफ से आ रही है, बिकॉज पूरा जो स्ट्रीट का रास्ता है वो पूरा मिरर से बना हुआ है, तो सी थ्रू ग्लास है. सो वहां से लाइट आ रही है. अभी वहां से आने वाली लाइट को तो धोखा नहीं बोलते ना, लाइक वो तो बराबर होता है. ओके, सो आई एम लाइक वॉकिंग लाइक दिस, एंड आई वाज लाइक फटेगी नहीं फाड़ना है, लाइक रॉक ऑन गर्ल. एंड आई वाज लाइक, आई संग अ स्टूपिड सॉन्ग. आई वाज लाइक प्यार प्यार तेरा समथिंग हुक्का बार. ओके, आई वाज लाइक and I went there and I just picked up the basket, just shiver कर रही हूँ, ऐसे शिवर करके हाथ जा रहे हैं, मतलब पीछे टिन 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 टिन. फिर ऐसे उठा के ऐसे रखा, पूरी हिल रही हूँ. I'm like shaking. Okay, I turned back. Okay, so I turned back and I walked. I was like, fuck, I forgot another list. वहाँ पे मुझे stamp करना था. I went there again, shadow नहीं थी. I went back and उसके दूसरे तीसरे दिन मेरी एक स्टाफ है जो इतनी सी है, उसके लंबे से बाल थे, तो वो उस समय जाने वाली थी, और मैं बोली कि तू रुक जा क्योंकि हमारा बस स्टॉप नजदीक में, साथ में चले जाएंगे, बिकॉज वो एरिया में गूंज वगैरह है. तो सुनते के साथ द मोमेंट शी हर्ड, व्हिच रैन अवे, शी बेल्ड ऑन मी और भाग गई, क्योंकि उसको रुकना नहीं था, बस ऑफ हो जाती.
And left you alone out there.
She left me alone out there, and my boss is sitting over there. And when I picked up the basket and came in the side, I saw her running through the mirror wall. She ran through the mirror wall in between. She ran through the pantry. And I was like, Kachung, aja. So she was like, and I said, sir, please call her. It's getting really late. So he was like, what are you talking about? She left long back. The moment you said wait for me, she left. I was like, I just saw her run over there. So apparently उसकी बैक स्टोरी ये है कि वो है मेन रोड पे सिचुएटेड. उस मेन रोड पे उस समय बहुत मर्डर्स और रेप्स वगैरह हुआ करते थे. वो अभी भी समाईगून एरिया ही है. Semi-goon area hai. So they say that spirits, wander because it's a salon and it's a public place where people keep walking in and out and their chul get cut. So that's the story behind all of that.
Wow. But this is all
Crazy.
happening in the salon itself only?
Happened
In
in the salon.
In the salon. After that, they did some puja because I'm a mozi. And so I don't believe in such things. So
That's okay. All right.
Fair enough. Wow.
Fair enough.
Wow.
That is
Crazy.
creepy. I'm never getting a haircut in the salon, but
Yeah.
I'm a Mac, as they say, since we're going with all the slang.
And
no, aega. But I'll imagine someone's cutting my hair and I look behind, there's nobody. It's going to be freaky.
What is
It's going to be very
creepy?
freaky.
Haboboo.
Anyway, take care.
Haboboo.
Thank you, Haboboo, for
Thank
sharing
you
us
so
this
much.
crazy story.
Yeah.
पनवेल का दिन नहीं आया.
No.
You told it well. Imagine.
Yeah.
Siddesh Menon ji, Hoezaay, love you, bro.
Take
Siddesh,
care. Have a good
Super.
one.
following you on Insta. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Enjoy yourself.
Bye.
Wow, dude. You know who needs to go to a salon? The girl from The Ring.
Oh,
Uska
yeah.
wo pura, when she comes out of the screen like that, her hair is all like that.
But hair's so nice and straight.
But
It is, but it looked a little rough.
But let's be honest. After seeing The Ring and the TV se Bharat, for some time I used to look at my TV with a lot of suspicion.
Yeah.
And also because when I saw the movie, my TV was still the TV which was there in The Ring.
The
Oh,
CRT
and-
one.
That
And
kind of
then
TV,
also,
yeah.
strange calls in the middle of the night and on landline especially.
So when the
Oh,
ring
God.
came out, a lot of people would just call random people and say 7 days.
This idiot used to do this to me all the time. He'd
Oh,
call
shit,
me from
really?
random numbers and say 6 days left on Chodu.
Oh,
My bill, I'll pay my bills.
Is that
Please
me?
stop calling me Vodafone.
Yeah. Hey, Vodafone should have totally done that as a great campaign,
Hey,
right?
but
6
guys,
days left.
Days
I,
left.
oh shit, man! I remember my wife calling me before a wedding day. 3 days left. Now I realize.
You psycho, Suresh. That's mad funny. Oh my god. Crazy. What for me, the craziest part was the starting memo.
Yeah, I walked in, I put the camera on, I was like, it was like a party going on over there. It's amazing. I love multitaskers.
Now let me also announce it's Apple and popcorn time. So now I'm not going to switch off the camera.
Oh,
The
nice.
stories
Acha,
are
so
really interesting.
for Suresh, the popcorn and all is acceptable, but not full meal. Arey, kya khaya? Abhi pura one full potato he put in his mouth just now. Kya khaya?
Green apple.
Who makes the popcorn for you? Crazy. Damn good. All right, next caller coming in there. It's been about 52 minutes on the stream. Acha chal raha hai so far. I got a couple of chills in some of these stories. We're going to try to go on till 3 in the morning today. I'm just informing Cyril, I'm kidding. I was just messing with you.
Okay.
Cyril's fake.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
and Suresh are messaging each other right now.
Imagine Sahu's not on the stream, but he'll send a message saying, guys, it's 12 o'clock. Can you please.
Hey, you
Please
should
end
pretty
this
much
shit.
do that.
Anyway, GFAD story. It's a GFAD scary story from Bengaluru 2010. So while their audio is connecting, somebody cracked this joke. I think it was on the Discord or somewhere in the YouTube chat saying that my hairline looks
Because-
like the Phantom ka mask ka hairline.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Phantom, the ghost who walks.
Yeah. It's like a way to speak, right?
I
So
laughed
that's
for
it.
3 hours straight. When I went and I Googled, I remember the Phantom, but I thought I'll just look it up. And I just laughed like crazy. That's so funny. Man shit. Okay. G-Fad story. Abhi unka internet fad ho raha hai. People are saying, yeah, we're good for 3 a.m. and all.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't know. Bangalore special. People are calling this Bangalore special. Oh my God.
I like there's a lot
Oh, yeah.
happening in Bangalore today, by the way.
Yeah,
Sometimes
today's-
there's a lot more stories coming from Pune. Today we have going Bangalore special. Bengaluru.
Disha Jitani said, Hoezaay, why don't you invite guests anymore? We invite, but they don't come. They've seen the streams. They're like, sorry. मैं इस पे ही पागल हो गया. No. करेंगे. We don't want to harass people also to make them sit through ghost stories. I mean, our fetishes are different. Not Batman airline is the Phantom. Anyway.
I think Hoezaay ji, ye jo G-Fat scary story.
Yeah. मेरे को पता है.
हाँ.
The best part is, and you know, when I said everybody's eating dinner, please leave an F in the chat. Sab log tuck. I was like, wow, so many people eating dinner at this time.
Everyone. Either someone's eating dinner or sleeping to the stream.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Or some people are partying.
Or some people are partying. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Bangalore. They're like, हम लोग party करेंगे. अरे बाप रे. Suresh, was that you again? You should have
No.
something for that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Welcome to the stream.
I am watching this since like June maybe, and I went back and I watched all the other episodes. Hi, guys.
Mast. So you're fully up to
Hi.
speed. How's it
I
going?
wait for this every week.
We wait for it to get over.
Yeah, every week we wait for it.
I
to get
can't
over.
believe I am here. Sorry, I'm
So sweet.
sweat.
Thank you so much. Thank
Take
you
a
so
deep
much.
breath, bring the mahal in the kitchen and go for it.
okay. So this is a story that my colleague had experienced. So I'm a music teacher. I used to teach at a school.
Wow.
Nice.
So yeah. So she said that once she was visiting her aunt who lived somewhere in I guess somewhere in the suburbs of Mumbai, and her brother and mother, all the three of them went and stayed over there because the aunt wasn't in town and the house was empty. So her name is Sabah. So Sabah always she's like a mini clairvoyant or something. So she has this feeling ki kuch to hai gadbad. So she, as soon as they went to that house, she felt ki kuch gadbad hai, but usne ignore kiya. That night when they slept, this gives me the chills. They slept down, bed nahi tha, so they slept in the hall और नीचे सोए थे, and she was in, मतलब she had almost slept but she was still not completely asleep. She felt somebody walking next to her, like stomping and walking, and she just couldn't open and she just held her brother tightly, and somehow वो night pass हो गया. Next night again when they slept, they were sleeping and nobody was near any gadget or anything. Suddenly the TV started, like full blast. And yeah, and then they just wake up and she's hysterical. She's crying because she's already experienced something like that. And yeah, so they, as soon as the aunt comes, they leave and they never went back. And then aunt also left that house. And nobody knows what actually happened in that house. But they told the aunt, and the aunt was like, "Meko to aisa kuch nahi hota hai." But these were the two experiences that family had. Sabah had.
Wow,
That
was
Sabah
really
experienced
quick.
this.
Short,
And all in the same evening, or was this like over a span of a day or two or something?
Yeah, maybe a week.
May I ask you something that I've experienced something really weird during when, remember in early June, we had this lightning thing happening in Mumbai, very bad lightning early in the morning, lightning and thunder.
Mhm.
So I remember after the first or second crack of lightning and thunder, the third one, my TV got switched on by itself. I did check to see if there was any remotes lying near me, but I kept away all the remotes and the TV just started on its own.
I'll ask her.
I've asked if lightning was
But
there.
usually
Some
वो
electrical.
वो उड़ जाता है ना, so it will go off rather than on.
Well, lightning didn't strike, but supposing it's come really close, there'll be electrical energies which can probably cause
They
the TV
disperse
to
to
go
the
on.
building, yes, and they are known
Yeah.
to put on electric appliances or burn them off. I get that,
Yeah.
but the walking was and the thumping. I have experienced
Yeah.
something like that, so I can tell you it's really
Yeah.
freaky.
And she
It
was
was pretty
sleeping.
freaky.
ऐसे तीनों सोए हुए थे. She was at the end. मतलब उसके बाजू में कोई नहीं सो रहा है. So she
Hmm.
can feel that person is like somebody when you walk. You can feel it.
Yeah.
She said.
Very
Wow, thank you so much.
unnerving, especially because we don't
Unnerving.
know कि इसके बाद everyone's like चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं
Yeah.
अपना life के साथ.
She said that वो घर बिक गया. Somebody else lives there now, but they don't know अभी उनके साथ क्या
ये
हो रहा
बिक
है.
गया ये घर. Okay, ठीक है.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Wow.
much for sharing that
Thanks,
with us.
guys.
Thank you so
Great
much.
having you on the stream.
Same here. I'm so excited.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Tell my boyfriend to go crazy.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
You know,
How
I
sweet.
just want to like get it out, and I feel like
it out.
the ghosts and the spirits jo hai is a very annoying aspect of things, like putting a TV on in the middle of the
I'm
night.
telling you, they're practicing how to touch things and move things. Oh, Ghost. Have you seen Ghost with Patrick Swayze? Man, I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gave away how old I am. But Patrick Swayze goes, he has to learn how to touch things and all. So this guy's
Correct.
Yeah.
The coin.
Coin.
kaise karo na? Haan.
But like, couldn't we reverse it? Like they put the lights off when we go into bed.
Yeah, maybe
You
the
know.
ghost wanted to watch its favorite program tonight.
Oh, you should have asked her what channel came on.
Yeah. See, that would have been a key.
But
That
the
would've been
funnier
okay.
the show is that shows up, the creepier it gets. Like imagine KBC and all suddenly starting at like 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
But that also will tell you the age of the spirit, like depending on the show
What
that
he's
comes
watching.
on. Yeah, exactly.
Rubbish. Of course, we're just trying to deal with the stress from imagining these things happening in our house now. I did something similar with the PlayStation. You put that AnyNet HDMI on na, so when you put the TV on, वो अपने आप on हो जाता है. And I was like,
Yeah.
कौन कर रहा है? Checking with my kid and all.
You know-
Did you touch the controller?
But that's the thing, and for everyone out there, like for instance, my PC is made to come on as soon as you touch the mouse, see, like this much. And it's got a steering wheel which rotates. Hoezaay knows this. It rotates by itself. So people every time it come in, it like freaks people out. Like they're like, why did it come on?
Anyway, before
Thanks for the
Abhinandan
warning.
comes on, I just
Yeah.
Anurag, our moderator, says 2,709 people watching and just 1.5k likes. Kya kar rahe ho, dost log? Hit that like. Don't
I'm
worry,
on it.
guys. You do what you want.
I'm horrible.
Hi, you're not horrible. You're a nice person, I'm guessing, but we don't know you well enough. But
I'm a big fan, guys.
आपको लाइक करना है करो, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. अनुराग इस चीज वो इमोशनल हो जाता है कभी कभार. Thank you, Anurag. I've come here to give me a hug. Anyway, Abhinandan.
It's Abhivadan actually.
I'm blind.
Abhivadan.
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 It's Abhivadan. The pronunciation is Abhivadan. Yeah, yeah.
Vadan.
अपने साथ भी सिमिलर चीजें लोग मेरे को जूस बोलते हैं.
Juice.
Anyway.
I'm a big fan, guys. Like I am watching you guys since like I'm a kid. I'm just 23.
Very sweet.
Vadan, I've been watching these guys since I was a kid even.
You have camouflage headphones, so you can hide in the jungle with those headphones on. This
Yeah,
is
even
something.
I'm wearing a camouflage.
Hey, hold on. Are you in Cyrus's house?
Yeah, it does look like
Similar
Cyrus's
setup
cage.
again.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
picture of cage.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
So
buddy,
I'll
go for
quickly
it.
get on with my story. It's something my grandfather told me when I was a kid. So it's a short story. It is kind of a supernatural. It goes something like this. So one day, like my grandfather, when he was a teenager, and his friends, at the night of like dark, like Amavasya. Sorry guys, I'm just
Don't
Big
worry,
nervous.
don't
That's
stress.
fine.
Take a time. Take a time. Let's just all take a deep breath. I'll have a sip of my tea, and now you can go ahead.
Yeah. So like my grandfather's friend like challenged him to go to a crematorium and pick up a small like plant of those thills, which
Okay.
generally people like put on paint and stuff like that. So it was a like dark night, Amavasya Kira, and he went there. He tried to pick that up, but he wasn't able to pull that out from the soil. And like then a huge storm came and everything came. That leaf does not move. Next day, when they went to that crematorium, and he just plucked that small plant with just two of his fingers like this.
What? That in the daytime
In the
that he
day,
went
in
there.
the daytime, yeah.
And in the night, it was not.
He was not able to like pluck that out from the soil.
And is there any particular reason that he thought that it was not able to come out in the night?
I don't know. Like I generally don't believe in all of this, but when my grandfather told me this, I saw his expression, and like he was you can see like he's getting scared on his eyes when he told me this.
Very creepy
you?
story, brother. Thank you.
And also, were you very naughty in your childhood?
No, I was
Sometimes darane ke liye, no?
Yeah. So that he'll behave and all.
not.
Yeah.
I was not
Yeah.
that naughty.
No, I
yeah.
was thinking, sir, कि cut to there's the watchman is saying कि कल रात को कोई आके मेरा कान पकड़ के खींच रहा था पता नहीं वो बाद में वो निकल गया.
Yeah. No, man, but I thank you. I know that it's a creepy story. I mean, there's another folk story that I'll tell the panel right after. But thank you so much, Abhivanan,
You're welcome.
for sharing this.
Yeah. Take care, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
You know,
Yeah, man.
yeah. So, guys, I'll tell you this. Hoezaay, okay? Yeah. I'll tell you
yes.
this. He's struggling. So, when he brought it up, there was an old folk story basically that was again our parents told us. So there was this. It was apparently in the early 30s and 20s, where the towns are still small, like places like Bandra were like open areas. So apparently there was a gentleman who was a very out there, loved partying, loved doing his thing and stuff like that, right? A very jolly guy. So one day he claimed that nothing scares him. So out of a bet, one of his friends said, okay, if nothing scares you, then you go to this graveyard, okay? And you go to this graveyard, and near this gravestone, you take a big nail, and they have those big, those for where they hold like horses down in chains. Take it and you put it down in the middle of their grave, in the middle of the night, right? So this guy said, it's nothing. I'm not scared of anything at the end of it. He goes in the middle of the night. It was cold, so actually he was wearing like a long coat. Back in the days, he used to wear a lot of long coats to keep warm, right? Google that, Hoezaay. It's a fashion statement back then. Right. So anyway, so he goes, he's wearing a long coat. It's cold. He goes to the graveyard, looks around. There's no one there. It's of course typical creepiness in it. So he takes the long nail and starts hammering it into the grave, right? And it goes right into the gravestone. Now he's like, this is nothing. And he turns around, and as he's walking away, he feels a tug on his coat. Okay, he feels a tug on his coat, and that gives him a mild heart attack because he was not expecting to get a tug in the middle of the night.
Oh shit.
Collapses down. Okay, to luck, it's a mild heart attack, whatever. At the end of it, and he's able to gain consciousness or whatever. Turns out when he was nailing the thing into the grave, his coat got stuck into the nail at the end of it. So when he pulled back, and it's dark, so he didn't realize it. He thought someone was pulling him down into the grave. So these things can be quite freaky at the end of it. Now it's a folk story or real story, we don't know. But if that happens, that's pretty freaky. So when he was telling me about this grandfather trying to go to the grave and pull out a leaf, you never know. You're right.
Don't wear a cape when you go doing all these weird things. Shit. Scary. Great story, Cyril. Guys, you can rate Cyril's story. Panvel, you did well. There was no Panvel. Good job, Cyril.
Yeah.
I'll leave.
Explained it also.
And he's narrated it so beautifully, actually.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But it's an old story. I think a lot of people have told it through different variations and all that. I guess each family has its own way of telling it.
Somebody said he nailed it. Salman.
He nailed it. All right. Ratan Gaurav is connecting to audio. We're going to have him on soon. Just adding the Cyrus element. Unnerving. Yeah, freaky, man. Bro, I was like, what?
Just
imagine Cyrus watching it. When he does show up on the street, he's going to screw us for all the jokes.
Yeah. It's probably sitting in.
Somebody
Gaurav.
said that he's with Sorapan on Sorapan show right now.
Yeah. You know what? I was supposed to wish Saurabh a happy birthday. I missed it.
Yeah, you did.
Shit, when was it?
So I'll do it here, even though he doesn't watch. Happy birthday, Saurabh. So now when he says, you bastard, you didn't reply to my message, ding ding dong, then I'll be like, but bro, I did it on the stream, man. Happy birthday, Saurabh. Anyway. Oh, somebody, Gaurav came and ran away. Anyway, let's keep going. Wow. Saran Meghana is going to be on the stream shortly. Unnerving. Suresh, munching on popcorn now twice a week. I'm just keeping note.
Yeah, Suresh, where is this popcorn coming from? How does it magically appear every time you show
Microwave.
Oh.
Then he told me कि अरे ये बहुत cut to cut है it's going to take some time. I'm on the way and all. But he had time to make popcorn. He said मेरे को नाने का actually he's making popcorn.
This time eating popcorn.
I'm still tripping on that guy who made bubbles.
Oh yeah.
And I thought blowing bubbles was great. ये तो पूरा मतलब, and Cyril's telling him 15 दिन से dishes are not done. Crazy. Saran is also connecting. Let's keep going. Wow. And so someone else mentioned that yesterday there was not a single blank call.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's entirely true, but I don't remember any blank calls on yesterday's stream. That's really something, man. Must have been the stars were aligned or whatever. The spirits were
I
ready.
think the anticipation to showcase one's talent was very high. So
Yeah, Shagun, you made it.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What about you guys?
Chal rahe la bhai.
I mean, all
Kya
right, chal
batao?
raha hai.
Paying taxes and all. Anyway, Shagun, are you in the bathroom? You have a story for us?
In the room.
Just checking. Ghost
So,
bhoot hai na story mein?
भूत तो नहीं बोल सकते, but yeah, I guess it's a scary element to it.
Okay, this is a dangerous start. Let's go for it, sir.
All right, just a sec.
Checking his notes and all. This is a good idea actually to make notes and all shuru mein, because once live events, live streams and all, it becomes a little unnerving, as they say.
To add to the unnerving element, it's not.
Oh,
lighting,
he's
sir, lighting.
controlling his lights with his phone. All bye. Maybe
Tried, but didn't work.
Alexa, geyser on karo. Okay.
But okay, anyway, so I
Chalo,
start.
bhai, go for it.
So the thing is, in Calcutta, there's this place called Neemtalla Ghat, which is where I used to live for like about 18 years. I was in class 4 or 5 when this incident happened. So the Neemtalla Ghat is like a very, very British kind of a place, okay? It used to be the place where all the bodies were taken to, the dead bodies were burnt over there.
Dafnane ke liye.
The burning ghat.
Cremation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cremation. So I used to walk there, at evenings, thoda sa aise टहलने के लिए. And there was this place called Putul Badi, which is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in India. And so one day I was just walking there and I thought ki kya डरावना होगा. We were friends and all. So we just went there and वहाँ हम लोग देखे कि lights जल रहे हैं. The place is, functioning. So there's nothing scary sort of happening over there. We went inside and then we came back. We made some fun, some jokes, and then we came back. Later that night, I was sleeping and we used to live in a very small house. Okay. And all of us used to sleep in one room, the 4 of us. We were my brother, my parents, all of us. And the room was such as there's a bedroom right over here. On the right side, there's a veranda where the AC used to be. And from the veranda, you can see the terrace. Okay. And the building is very, very old. There's the plumbing and all is such that you can't climb that up also if you want to go there. Like if a thief wants to climb and, that sort of way. So what happened is, late at night, I was having a discussion with my mom ki yaar, bahut garmi hai, please AC chala lete. And they were like ki nahi chalana hai. So we were having this fight. Then what happened is she agreed ki theek hai chala lo. So I went there. So there's a sliding which you need to shut before you start the AC. So I was shutting it, and then suddenly, because I was very small, so I had to look up like when I'm shutting it up. So when I looked up, I saw 2 shadows, like a silhouette sort of a thing, like skeletons. And I got shit scared. Like, kaise ho sakta hai? What is there? And I called I just sneaked into my bed and I said, Mummy, bahar kuch hai. Please, can you just see it once? So she also went there. She also saw the same thing. We both got scared. We thought it's some thief or somebody crawled up or I don't know what. So we went to the Darwan and everything. We opened the terrace. We went there. Some people were downstairs also. There was nothing. Nobody climbed up. No one was there. And it's still a mystery what it was. But yeah, it freaked the hell out of everyone.
Could also be any property issues and all?
No, nothing.
Because sometimes people do these things where they try to scare people out of their properties and shit.
No, we still have that property.
This is Putul Badi.
Bapre.
No, not Putul Badi. Putul Badi is called Putul Badi because of a reason. So it was said that there was a guy who lived there, and he used to do. I'm.
But that's okay.
No,
we are sticking to your ghosts. So was it near Neemtalla? You said this place is very famous, no?
Yeah,
Which crematorium? Nimtala crematorium.
Neemtalla Ghat.
Neemtala Ghat.
Yeah,
Very creepy
a
story,
very
brother. So no one knows what happened and stuff, and you all sort of dealt with it as
no.
well.
And that night we couldn't sleep at all, and all of us were scared. And also, there's a godown right next to our place, on which the terrace is, and it's completely empty. It's been like shut for years, 15 years or sort of thing. You can literally see into it, but there's nothing at all. Like just old equipments, workshop things, just like that.
Scary shit, bro. Thanks
That
for
is
sharing.
freaky. Thank you for sharing, man.
Must have been scary seeing it as a kid also. Even more scary.
I know.
At least your mom went and checked. My mom said, just shut up and go to sleep.
I just read about 10 haunted places in Calcutta, Kolkata, and there one thing is written Howrah Bridge ke wahan pe apparently at 3 a.m. there are people who claim to have seen hands coming out of the water asking for help, and many people have tried to go and help them, and they've been pulled inside the water and drowned.
Yeah, there are stories like that.
Shit,
That is
that's
also near Putul Badi. So
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of this is on the Neemtalla Ghat.
unnerving.
Yeah, I just googled it, so
Good job, Suresh. That was actually one of the nicest interjections you've done in some time. Achha.
thank you so
और
much.
करते रहना. Anyway, Shagun, take care. Have
Thanks,
a good
man.
night.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, buddy.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for jumping on
Shagun.
with us.
Thank you.
Wow. How do we explain that? I'm telling you, I feel like कि मतलब somebody they wanted to mess with them and put two skeletons or two
Yeah.
black cloths and just it could even be some cloth got stuck over there.
It's seriously, sometimes I've been thinking about this a lot, maybe since I'm very close to the other side of life. So I feel that, sometimes
So Andheri is not that far away.
I know it's far, but Suresh, I don't think you can call it the other side of life.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well played.
Moving
Suresh.
on. So I just feel that, what are these things actually? Spirits, you really see ghosts. Do people become ghosts after they die? So many explanations you need, right? Most of the time it's your mind playing tricks on you. And the fear takes over, then these things actually happen. So it's almost as if you're manifesting a ghost within you. Supposing you say that it's not there.
No, but we
And
had
that's
this
the
conversation
message.
yesterday,
Yeah.
na, Suresh, where you were
Yeah.
saying that sometimes these things happen, whether real or not. Then the aftermath is all your mind messing with you, and the stress that you take from it, which then
Yeah.
starts affecting you in different ways. I mean,
Health especially, God, strange, yeah.
scary stuff. Okay, let's keep going. I think our next person over here is somebody who hangs out on our Discord server. Let's see if she's here.
Hi.
Hi, Huku. Hi.
Hi.
Batao.
I can see only the eyes.
I got in and I've been here before, and again, like I
Oh,
love
if you've
you
been
guys.
here before,
But I have a great
फिर
story.
I have a
फिर
great story.
सबके पास रहता है good story, but if you've been here before, तो
But
Panvel, we can
no,
take
no,
you to any
I'll
other station.
I'll make it quick. I'll make it quick.
Nah,
And
yeah. No. It wouldn't be fair. No, it wouldn't be fair. See, we gotta, as even though you have a golden ticket by being on the Discord server and all. I know.
Then how does the golden ticket work?
आप footage मत खींचो. I know what you're trying to do. Don't mess with me. Anyway, Momo girl, we'll see you then on the Discord server. We can उधर करते और ghost stories. ठीक है?
That's not fair.
This is the definition of fairness. I mean, this is the definition of fairness.
Can
Take care, okay?
we can
Okay.
Love
I'll
you.
see you guys.
Bye. कितना अच्छा है
mean
मेरा
you.
Suresh?
बेचारी बेटी कहानी
mean.
सुनाने वाली थी.
But sir already आ चुकी थी तो मेरा
देखिए
oath को
Hoezaay ji,
process
let her
किया.
talk. Oh, she's not there already.
Hey, thanks,
Oh,
Cyril.
oh, sorry.
Well played. Cyril कितना बड़ा हरामी है इधर आके बोल.
Yeah. He's being in the good books.
Oh my god, very funny. All right, Sanket, haunted. We're an hour, 20 minutes into this unnerving stream. And some simple stuff can really creep you out. Like, someone taking someone taking furniture and just rearranging it. Someone doing it by mistake also can mess you up.
So Sanket looks like he has a serious story to tell us.
Sanket, how are you? Please stream ko band kar
fine.
dena
Hello, am I
and
audible?
take it away. Yes, very much. We can hear you.
Okay, so this is a bit cliche, but I'm a big fan of you guys.
No,
Hoezaay,
we love
because
that.
I'm a 90s kid, so I've seen you a lot on MTV.
Oh my god. So you're in your 60s now. looking very young for a 60-year-old
Just
person.
to tell you guys, I'm his wife. I keep on listening to you guys every night.
It's so sweet.
Sweet.
Thank you so much.
Brother, you're going to need to turn the stream off before we continue.
Yeah.
Either that
So,
or whoever's
Hoezaay,
watching the
I've
stream
got-
can go to another room. We'll have to.
Hoezaay, now here
Yes.
Sanket
Okay,
has seen
so
you in the
I'll-
past. 1 second, Sanket. You just
Yeah,
said that you're a 90s kid and you saw Hoezaay on MTV in the 90s.
I was on in 2008. I joined him.
So he had some strange visions then.
Oh, Shakib must have done some
So he must be
interviews.
talking Sahukar.
Anyway,
Mentees
please
with him.
let's get on with it. Go for it, buddy.
Okay, so I'll
Tell us.
start with my story.
Right.
This happened in my city in Surat.
Okay.
So one night, three of my friends called me, and all of us decided to go on a drive, which is pretty strange in a city like Surat because it gets deserted around
Okay.
11:30, 12. So we were there's this famous haunted place in Surat called Dummas Beach. So we started to drive towards the beach, and it was like around 1 a.m. in the night. So we obviously in the car we were discussing about ghosts and all. So what happened was on the way when the mahol was tensed, pretty tense because we were discussing some serious like we were talking about ghosts and all. So on the way, what happened was there was a cushion at the back of the car over the speakers, so it fell, which is pretty normal. So we thought that okay, but for a second, सबकी ऐसे फट गई कि क्या हो गया ये. But then we thought it's pretty normal in a car. So we proceeded further, and then we suddenly saw a white and black cow, which was dead in the middle of the road. Without any signs of blood or anything. So we still thought that okay, kuch hua hoga and all. We still moved further, and then we saw an electric pole on the left side of the road, which was going through a short circuit, very bad short circuit. So all these signs, abhi tak bhi kuch nahi hua tha. We thought that ठीक है, all this is coincidence. And then we still moved further. तो one of my friend जो एक होता है इंसान जिसको खुजली रहती है बहुत, तो he told us चलो चलो बीच पे जाएंगे where there is it's very dark, it's pretty dark, and वहाँ पे अगर आपको भूत मिले ना मिले वहाँ पे गांव वाले जरूर लूट लेंगे आपको. There have been a lot of cases. So we told him no, we are not going to the beach in any case. And then वहाँ पर एक हवेली है which is famous for being haunted. जो नवाब थे सूरत के उनकी हवेली है वहाँ पर. तो बीच से फिर वी मूव टुवर्ड्स द हवेली, एंड देन दिस गाय स्टार्टेड वो जिद करने लगा कि अभी मुझे हवेली में जाना है अंदर. एंड देन अगेन वी टोल्ड हिम कि देख तेरे को कुछ हो गया, ऑल ऑफ अस विल बी इन ट्रबल, सो वी कांट लेट यू गो इन. सो वी वर ही आस्क्ड अस कि तुम खाली हवेली के सामने से ले लो कार. सो एज सून एज वी वेंट देयर, हम लोग हवेली के सामने से कार पास हो रही थी हमारी. Bang in front of the haveli, this guy put down the window, बाहर निकाला अपना सिर और जोर से बोला कि कुछ दिख नहीं रहा, अगर ये लोग मुझे अंदर तो नहीं जाने दे रहे हैं, कम से कम यहीं से कुछ दिख जाए तो अच्छा. That very moment our car stopped. बैटरी पूरा बंद हो गया उसका, हेडलाइट अंदर का सब सिस्टम एवरीथिंग स्टॉप्ड एट that within a microsecond, सब कुछ बंद. And my friend told me that it's a new battery and it's never happened in his car. 10 मिनट ऐसा हुआ. And then there was this guy who came, एक बूढ़ा इंसान था, वो दूर से चल के आ रहा था. And वो 10 मिनट हम लोग ट्राई कर रहे थे कार चालू करने का. So this guy came and asked for a lighter. We didn't have a lighter, so there was a matchbox in the car, so हमने उन्हें वो दिया. And then उन्होंने अपना बीड़ी जलाया और वो चलने लगे. 2-3 मिनट के बाद वो पीछे, there's no trace of him. We looked in the rearview mirror, he's not there. And then we are still trying to start the car, it's not starting, and then we are on the verge of calling someone for help. तो उसी टाइम वो कार स्टार्ट हो गया. हमने we straight away took a U-turn. सीधा हम लोग एक स्पॉट पे आके रुके जहाँ पे हमें कुछ सिलुएट्स भी दिखाई दी. फिर सीधा घर आए, सबकी इतनी फट गई थी, एक बंदे को छोड़ा और फिर लास्ट वाले 2 जो बचे थे वो एक जगह जाके सो गए.
Oh my God. The part where he sticks his head out and says, ये लोग मुझे अंदर नहीं आने दे रहे हैं, bro. Oh my God, bro. What the hell?
That was very tense. That very microsecond our car stopped. That उसी टाइम.
The worst part is the last two का कैसे घर जाए. So first guy says कि I'll drop you, then you drop me back home.
Oh yeah.
Apparently
ऐसा ही हुआ था.
they're still dropping each other home till this day.
ऐसा ही हुआ था. Even though we stay footsteps away, तो एक एक बंदे को छोड़ रहे हैं और फिर लास्ट में मैं और एक बंदा बचा, वो बंदा मेरे घर आके सो गया. He said I'm not going home.
Yeah.
So according
Crazy
to
story.
folklore, there is legend of this beach being haunted, and there's black sand also. This beach, Dumas Beach in Surat,
Yes.
and most of the reports of supernatural occurrences on the beach remain unproven and unverified, and might be an urban legend so far. But yeah, there are people who actually go to the beach to have this sighting. There's one more beach, I believe, somewhere where people go there regularly and they can hear a little kid crying all the time.
That's
Someone
all
should tell the kid
beaches.
to stop crying. Yeah. Yeah. I have to say, Sanket,
Your wife is
really
messing around.
great story, and a lot of people are validating you. By the way, I think someone on the chat has been saying, "I know this guy. He's changed so much." Sanket, I just got a message from someone who's watching me who knows him, saying, "Yeah, he's a great guy." So I just you seem to be
He's a
popular in
very
a
great
circle.
guy.
I love how your wife is. He's a very great guy.
This guy, so he stays in my building. I was like, what? It's a small one, but man, it's a freaky story. Thank you for sharing that so much.
Thank you
Couldn't
so
say this
much.
before, but
Yeah.
I'm a very big fan of Suresh sir as well. His
Oh.
comedy and his comic timing and all that.
Who is it?
Thank you.
Who is it?
Thank
Yes,
Tanya.
and his sexiness. His
Oh.
sexiness.
Of course.
Oh, man.
Lambe ghane baal and all. Anyway,
What?
brother,
Oh, Bal. I'm sorry.
thank you guys for being on the stream with us. Please get some rest.
Thanks a lot for giving me a chance.
Take a
Thank
nap. Have a
Yeah.
good one. Bye, bro.
Take care. Bye, bro.
Bye-bye.
I love his wife laughing. उसको मजा ले रही है.
Yeah.
He said take a nap. Anyway, great fun. Wow,
Yeah,
man.
Samiksha sent me
Wow.
that crying beach thing. Yes, Samiksha is there also on Google. She replied to me on that. She
Yeah.
sent it to me, that crying beach thing. It's there
Today's
also on Google, yeah.
today's information partner Suresh Menon will be giving us
To-
trivia and information as we go along.
of professional
Data.
locations. But you know, Suresh, I mean, the sound thing, right? I remember, you all heard Aksa Beach, right? And I remember there was a family friend's house over there, and it's so weird, right? That beach tends to create sounds because of the wind factor out there, and sometimes,
It's like a whistle. It's a whistle.
Yeah, no, but in the way the wind comes, sometimes it sounds like a baby crying in. It's like a low, hollow thing. So it doesn't sound like when it's high powered wind, it sounds. Then you know it's like a whistle. But when it goes lower, it almost sounds like a cry, right?
Even
And it's
Very interesting. Correct.
even newborn kittens sound like babies. Crying.
Babies, yeah.
yeah.
तो हो
Even
सकता है
you
ये
know,
सब.
if newborn kittens, I've seen cats ka jo sexual when they are aroused, that's a sign they give, and I've heard them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Suresh.
Thanks, Suresh.
So Suresh, but what I couldn't understand is that why were you standing downstairs there
Yeah.
watching?
Also, the Cats Guild has written to us saying, "Can you ask that man to stop watching all our people while they're trying to mate?" But
I'm not watching them, I can hear them.
But you know what the worst is? The worst is these friends who think it's funny to be like, "अरे मेरे को कुछ दिख रहा है," as a joke. उनको नहीं दिख रहा है. तो I've said this many times. Like even if that guy was joking, he ruined all their lives by doing that.
Yeah.
Saying by stopping at their house and saying, "ये लोग मेरे को अंदर आने नहीं दे रहे." He's ruined everyone's lives. Man, crazy shit. Some pretty freaky stories. Suresh, कोई bell बजा रहा है क्या? Amazon delivery.
No, ये मेरा
So late.
delinquent
Suresh का chair path na is the
Yeah.
funniest shit I've heard in a long
And I'm
time.
telling you, I've been to his house. That chair doesn't make sound.
It's got wheels. The best part is this guy's like, you know what, फिर उधर वो silhouette दिख गया, and then you go, okay, here we go.
Oh man.
Let's keep going. Next caller in there. To the 2,715 people who are on this stream with us, and you people who keep coming back again and again in spite of some really bizarre streams. What's up with that? What's up? Are you guys okay? You'll be okay one day maybe. But
I mean, we can't explain this, but thank you.
Get help, guys. Get help.
Yeah.
We're trying to also, but thank you for being here. We appreciate it. What do you feel?
Yeah. These two camera angles within Suresh's house, and scary story from Bangalore again.
So, you know what I've deducted? I've deducted that 9:30 to 10 o'clock, sabka, a little before that, sabka khana ho jata hai.
Correct.
So, if people come on during that time, everyone's like,
हाँ
वो पीछे पीछे all the burps are happening और फिर उधर वो silhouette
हाँ
वो दिख गया a
and
scary story from
11:30 के बाद they go to sleep. It's like they lie down with it. Like I really would like to like listen to this sleeping. It would seem nice to you and Suresh, you know,
today is
talking
a
about
Bangalore stream. This guy's gonna sleep. Is the phone sideways like that? Is that
that
his
looks
head?
like a bed sill. It definitely looks like a bed sill. I'm telling you, he's sleeping.
No, you can
Yeah,
deduct also, Kaushik.
But a lot of
मैं
stories
सब
from
कुछ
Bangalore, you're right. Huh?
information deduct करके वो आया ना.
Yeah,
तो
I was
क्या
supposed to go to
problem?
Bangalore for some work. So, Hoezaay, you free? Yeah, because I.
नहीं. I will go with deduct. Every time I will deduct now. तो क्या हुआ?
Ah,
People are getting like, it's deduced. It's deduced.
deduced.
नहीं वो ड्यूस होता है टेनिस में गाइस प्लीज मेरे को उल्लू मत बनावा मेरे को सब पता है
Anyway,
anyway
sorry, scary story तो सो गया.
yeah great fun watching you sleep whoever you are it's really nice and the crazy thing is they just joined on the Zoom call also that's kind of crazy
Wow.
anyway वो हिल डुल रहा है कुछ नहीं हो रहा है चलो आगे
Yeah.
चलते हैं उसके साथ
Yes, Kaushal. We all are Kaushal. Kaushal's asking for sleepy.
who isn't
yeah.
most of adulthood is being sleepy. I read someone posted a tweet saying when you become an adult one day you feel sleepy and then you feel like that for the rest of your life.
It's a never-ending cycle.
Anyway,
Oh man.
Srijita Das, you are here with us.
Sujata.
अपने आप को unmute करना पड़ेगा. Wonderful. Now you're next. There you go.
It's Srijita, not Sujita. Srijita.
No way.
Okay.
Srijita, you sound like a guy. That's a great voice.
That's me.
That's very
Hi. Hi.
He's,
Vishnu.
very surprised that I'm on.
So he's like, oh no, you made it to that
Srijita,
stream. Damn
me
it.
and Suresh are also surprised that we are on with Hoezaay sometimes. Let's just.
And all those guys
Okay.
who are writing to me on LinkedIn, please, I just saw some of your stories, but I can't tell those to let you in. Bhargava Kumar Rajput, Harshil Patel, Prashant Tripathi.
This is
Thank you.
Suresh's ये ऐसा वाला method
Yeah.
to tell me कि he's mentioning
Yeah,
the full
yeah.
names and all. He's like,
But
I
you know,
cannot, मैं नहीं बोल
these four
सकता है. but-
people may just be applying to your company, Suresh, for a job, but you're like, "Arey, nahi, ghost stories."
Good. Anyway, I can see you're putting Vishnu to good work over there. Hey, light on
Yeah.
karo. He's like, jab मैं करता हूँ,
Yeah.
madam, एक second.
Yeah.
Great job. Welcome, guys. All right, go for it. The stage is yours. We're here to listen to your ghost story.
Great, thanks. So this kind of involves a death, but I'm not going to be describing that, of course.
Mm.
And it's something that happened in my family. And it also happened to my aunt and uncle. And then, I got to know about it from my dad, who was told by them. So 3 years ago, one of the younger brothers of my father, he passed away. Right. And so I'm going to give you like a few details here and there, which kind of would, help you visualize the entire thing. So if you've seen any of those Bollywood movies which are set in old Kolkata, the houses back in that time, they had a typical structure, right? They'd usually be like 3-4 stories high, and there'd be a balcony that would run along the inner circumference of the house, right? And this corridor would have doors leading off of it, and each of these doors would open into a room. Could be a bedroom, could be a living room or a washroom, right? And my paternal house in Kolkata is structured exactly in the same way. Now, as happens in these joint families with many siblings, all of these houses undergo partitions, right? There's a court case, and every sibling wants to stay in a particular part of the house. So our a building also underwent that, and each of the brothers and a couple of sisters, they were all allocated certain portions of the house. Now, this younger brother, let's call him A, right? For as long as I have lived there, which was about 24 years of my life, I've always seen him as somebody who unfortunately tried to do a lot of things, right? In life, he tried to get a job, he tried to start his own business, but unfortunately, none of them worked out, right? And he became very friendly with the bottle. And he used to stay on the top floor with one of the elder brothers and his wife and son, right? Now, since he's always been down in the dumps, he had a particular routine that he would follow throughout the day. And this is a little informative here because it will help you understand what I will tell you later on. So he would come home every night, 2, 3 a.m. early morning, right? And drunk, right? And by that time, everybody else would be asleep. But you can't really lock the door from the inside, or else he won't be able to enter. So aunt would always push the latch into the bolt just enough for the door to hold. But if you push it from the outside, the latch will drop out of the hold, right? And there'll be a thud.
Yeah.
And so you know that somebody is trying to enter. Now, since he was drunk, he would always be on unsteady steps. So there'd be a typical drag on the staircase when somebody's climbing, right? And then there'll be that thud, and he'd enter. There'll be a short pause, and he will make his way towards the washroom, right? Now, again, he's tottering. So he's kind of brushing against the wall. And you hear these noises here and there where he's banging against the wall or another door, right? It's dark, so he can barely see. And then he would somehow grope his way towards the washroom and he flicked the switch on because now he has to turn the geyser on. He needs to take a shower, right? That would happen. There'd be a pause for a while. The shower would turn on, so you know somebody's in the washroom taking a shower. He would stay there for a while, step out, then now make his way towards the kitchen. So he would always eat at home, irrespective of when he came back. And aunt would always leave the food out for him. And as is the custom, right, we normally use these stainless steel utensils, which make a noise, even if you're trying to be really quiet with them, right? Now, this is the door. Say, suppose this is the door to the bedroom, and that is the door to the kitchen, right? And a part of the balcony doesn't have a wall. So, because it has like an open space, right? Now, on a clear night, when the moon is shining, right? Aunt had a lot of plants on the ledge. So if the moon is shining on those plants and it's windy, they would throw shadows on the wall and they'd be like dancing shadows. So it'll be an interplay of light and shade, which is eerie in itself, right? Now, if you see a silhouette of a man walking through that towards the kitchen, and then you hear a bit of tinkering here and there, if you happen to wake up in the middle of the night to that, you might just shock yourself, right? But since this was a routine that had been going on forever, right? Aunt, uncle, and my cousin, none of them were really affected by it, right? But you get the idea, right? This is what used to happen every night. Now, unfortunately, the day he died, he did all of this, right? He had his food. Now, what he used to do was, after he's had his dinner, he would sleep in his bedroom on the top floor. But, he also had a room on the floor below, but he never used to go there. Strangely, the day he died, instead of sleeping in his usual bedroom, he took the keys to the floor below, went and slept there. Now, next day morning, they would, normally expect him to resurface by 12 or 1 in the afternoon, right? But he didn't. And they waited for a while. When he did not come up, they kind of all hurried downstairs to see what had happened to him. And, they tried to make him open the door. He didn't. They eventually had to break it down, and, well, they found him dead. So, fast forwarding to the funeral having happened and everybody's home, and there's this gloom which is there in the house, right? Because it's a sudden death. And since this person has never really been a happy person, it kind of makes it harder, right? Now, a few weeks after the death, my aunt wakes up in the middle of the night. And so when you've been asleep and you suddenly wake up, it takes you a bit of time to gather yourself, right? You don't immediately understand what's happening to you. So same thing with her, right? She heard something, but she couldn't quite understand what she was hearing. Till she felt like, somebody was walking, but couldn't really find his steps. So he was banging against stuffs. And she was like, well, what? What just happened? So it lasted for a brief few minutes. Okay. I mean, her consciousness could register it for a brief few minutes and then it was gone. So she thought that probably it was her mind playing things in her head and she was hearing things that were not real. Right. Now, next night, she wakes up again, but this time she hears the door thud, like the latch falling out of its catch and thudding against the door. Right. And this time she's prepared, right? She's prepared to hear something more. But again, nothing happens. And now she's confused that, wait, what is happening, right? So now next day morning, she's contemplating telling my uncle, or maybe, he's just going to laugh it off and say, you've been hearing this for so many years, you think it's happening. It's not true. So she doesn't say anything. Now, unfortunately, the next few weeks, so she hears him on the steps. She hears him. I'm using the word him because she still believes it was him, right? She hears him on the steps. Now, the strangest bit was she hears a shower turning on. She hears it. She claims it was as clear as crystal that she heard the shower and it stayed on, right? And she was frozen in place, didn't move a muscle, didn't know what was happening. Definitely didn't have the guts to tell the husband that, you know what, probably your brother's back, right? And the freakiest thing before they called my dad was her seeing him standing in the kitchen doorway, facing her. And as fate would have it, it was one of those clear nights. So half of his profile was in light, the other was in dark. And he was just standing there, just standing. And she freaked out, Next day morning, my dad gets a call and they're both hysterical. Like my uncle and my aunt, they're both hysterical. And they're like, you have to come here. We have to tell you that something has been happening. And so apparently this had been going on for like a few months, right? Before she, kind of came clean and said that I've been experiencing this almost every night, but I have not had the courage to tell you guys that this has been happening, right? And so, my father and the elder brother, so now they're looking at the dates. So you usually have like a anniversary, like the first death anniversary, right? Where you have these pujas and stuff like that you do, right? So now these two brothers, they're now thinking, oh, okay, what is the nearest date, right? Where is that 1 year end where we can perform all of this? Because now they're convinced that, probably he's still here, right? He's not really gathered the fact that he's moved on and, you're not really welcome on this side of the world anymore. But so they have that first death anniversary and they perform all those rites and rituals and all of that in the hopes that it'll stop. And it did and didn't, in a way that even after that, there were quite a few months when this time around, she would just see him just like that, right? In that kitchen doorway. There was something about that kitchen doorway. Like he would just stand there and then he would be gone. But the frequency of the occurrence, it became lesser and lesser. And now I think it's been a year or so that it no longer happens.
Wow. That's a freaky story. My God. I got my taxes done also in the meanwhile, but that was really something. No, that was good. That was good. We've talked about this, Suresh and Cyril specifically. They've experienced stuff like this, where when something like that happens in your life, and then we mark it down to maybe we've convinced ourselves that it's happening, and our mind's playing tricks on us.
It's like your mind's like a camera, and the camera also can project. So at times when there are people so close to you, and yeah, it's really very, very difficult to
Basically,
actually
we're scared.
describe
We
it.
can't explain it.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Bye.
Because now I'll have to, because when I go to the kitchen again to fill up my water bottle, it will be too dark.
Yeah.
Thank you
That
so much.
that was a long story, but very unnerving and very creepy. And kya detail. We imagine the whole thing him rubbing against
Yeah,
the
I could see
wall
those
and the
plants on the ledge and moving around and what the
It's
person
amazing.
shadow.
must.
You've got a
Shijata,
great
which part of
narrative.
the country are you from?
I'm from Kolkata.
Okay, because I'm sorry, but the Harami chart was counting every time you said right. And they have a full counter for how many times you say
Having
right.
a
which is-
drinking game.
Yeah,
We loved
that's
it.
amazing. I loved it.
We don't read the chat.
Kemanacho.
ভালো আছি আপনি কেমন আছেন
What luck she
ভালো।
answered नहीं तो सुरेश का इज्जत का फलूदा
तो
फिर से।
भीषण गंडगोल हो जाता था।
चलो ठीक है। Thank you so much for sharing that really unnerving story. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Freaky.
Have a good night.
And
Good
please
night
ask
to
your
you too.
husband to turn the lights off or whoever. ठीक है, चलो bye.
So you gave a very fake laughter this time. You said husband. So-
He's like वो neighbor है, अब उसको capture करके रखा है इधर.
बाप रे, I think
Ah.
the detailing was superb, and that's what
Yeah.
made it more
She built it
spookier.
up. She built it up. Yeah.
But Suresh,
plants भी है।
we've talked about this where you're going through so many emotions and so much of stress when somebody like dies in the family and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That some of these things, it's I don't know. क्या बोल सकते हैं हम लोग को क्या पता है हम लोग था ही नहीं
I think, it
Reassurance.
also depends on a bunch of things. Like, I think if you experience a lot of death in your family at a younger age, and as you start going, I think that some people just numb it out eventually. So it's very different for different people at the,
Right.
from an experiential point of view. So,
right.
Yeah.
and I just want to say that
Oh, have a drink every day.
Thank
The
God,
mean it.
हनुमान चालीसा पाठ करके सोता हूँ हर रात।
fart करके
Suresh,
this
So I-
is fart करके
पाठ
oh fart करके
हाँ तो
great timing. All right, let's
one second, Hoezaay, the time is 11:46.
11:46 बंद करे क्या?
11:46. नहीं सीकर को आने दे। मेरा जो फीलिंग है कि
और
सीकर के
15 मिनट सर.
Shrikar has been possessed himself.
Push yourself because no one else is going to do it for
The
you.
pain you
Shrikar.
feel today is the
Yeah.
very the strength you feel tomorrow.
Yeah, let me tell you, Shrikar, if you are waiting for the right time, it's now.
Yes. Welcome, buddy. Oh,
Shrikar,
that
the
was
right time now to put your mic on.
mic.
Yeah, sorry. There's another
you go.
mic over here.
Ah,
Yeah.
well played.
Nothing
sir.
as expensive as what you have, but yeah.
Arey,
I'm chala raha hu.
This
We
is not a
just-
mic. This is just it's on a teaspoon. I put a cover over it.
It's a camera
Okay.
tricks. Anyway, go for it, buddy.
Yeah. So this is something that happened to me. It's not perfect, exactly a ghost story, but it's a very freaky experience that I've had. So back in the day, I used to live in this place, a beautiful city called Vishakhapatnam. Anybody been like, if you want to visit some place, it's really awesome.
Really
So I was in my engineering. So I was basically, we shifted places from like the outskirts of the city to somewhere in between. So we were planning to move towards the center of the city. And me and my mom were just traveling around in the city the whole day to see if we can actually find a place for us. Like, and I think what dimag mein reh gaya hoga ki aise hota hai na, din bhar you're traveling and on the bike with your mom. And then I came back home. And then I went to sleep, and then I had this very freakish dream, where in the dream also I am searching for a house. Okay, and wo hota hai, like because I've spent like 10 or 12 hours just traveling, doing the same thing the whole day. And it's such a bizarre dream because I was searching for a house with a couple of my friends, and then we were in this building, and then someone tells us that there's a house in the terrace, like on the terrace as in chat pe. And we just go to the chat and it's like daylight, right? And then I open the door, it's pitch black inside, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, again, this is a dream, right? So there's a lot of bizarreness over here. So there's some lady who says something like your bill is due on this date or something, and then I look back and my friends have disappeared. and I like, here's the point where I suddenly realize that there's something wrong with this place. And then I start running, and then there's a circular staircase. This is a dream, by the way.
Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, so I'm going down the circular staircase, and then I keep hearing, I feel like there's someone following me, and then I trip on the staircase, right? So I fall down, I look back, and when I look back, I see the shadow of a woman fall on the wall. So it's a circular staircase, right? And then when I see the shadow, then suddenly like everything goes white, and then somebody in my head, like there's a voice that comes in, and it basically tells me that you have to wake up and then put attention over here, like in this place, and chant Om Namah Shivaya 11 times. Like this is a voice that comes in my head. And then like suddenly I wake up, I'm covered in sweat. Okay, like I was like sweating like extremely. And then I look at my clock, and it's exactly 4:00 a.m. Okay. So, it rattled me, woke up, did that Om Namah Shivaya thing. And then I went back and slept again, which is cool, right? So I never thought twice about this incident. And then क्या हुआ था? Eventually, मम्मी पापा ने घर ढूंढ लिया था. So ऐसा था, they vetoed my choice, and they said, हम ढूंढ लेंगे, तू just move in, तेरा room ये. So I was like, okay. And then before moving in, housewarming ceremony hota hai. And till this time, I had not seen the house. Okay. And then me, Papa and Mom, we take the car and we just go there. And it's the same freaking building that I saw in my dreams. Like everything same. Like the walls were green and everything was same. And then I was like, shit. And then I go inside the house, and I'm like completely scared now because there's a circular staircase right outside the house. I'm like, what the hell? And then yeah, I mean, nothing weird happened there. I was very scared for the first couple of months. And then I actually spoke to a few people over there. So kya hua tha na, we were on the 5th floor. Okay, so it's like a 6th floor building, and we were on the 5th floor. And it turns out that there was a house, like the one that I had seen in my dreams long time ago. Like there was a house, but वहाँ पे एक नया floor बना दिया था उन लोगों ने. But it's like such a bizarre incident to have, and like that's pretty much my experience.
You've never been there before, and that same place popped up in your dream.
Yeah, exactly. And that was that was like the scariness of the entire thing, right? We stayed in that house for a couple of years. Nothing happened.
But kuch ajeeb nahi hua. I was just gonna ask you that. You
nahi.
just
So
the only weird thing was this, that you saw this in your
whole
dream.
thing. Yeah.
So this just makes me more sure about the out of body experiences that people may have. Is actually you traveled to that place and you saw it. It's quite possible.
Someone saying this is your dream house, Jenkins. Truly your dream
And
house.
where are you now?
I'm in
house.
Vijayawada. Yeah.
Vijayawada. Oh, wow.
Vijayawada.
Historical place.
Very freaky, very unnerving. Thank you so much, Rikar. It was really good hearing your story. Two
Yeah,
stories, no,
thank
only
you.
one story. No.
No, I said peace.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Good. Just- I know. I said time pass. Take care, Srikar. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
I've been
thank you.
following you guys for quite some while. And I may actually stop the stream because I was scared of listening more, and I was like, "Bhai, मैं इसको बंद कर देता हूँ."
So
So
same
you
time.
decided-
Minku ka story
to
काफी
come-
scary था. Yeah.
So you decided to come on the stream and scare more people off.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This story was very good.
Yeah, it's a
The-
lovely
the-
story.
Good story.
His dream came true.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not
The
the
house
way
is
we wanted to
special.
come true.
There's
but
something
अच्छा था.
special about that house.
Anyway.
Sorry.
There's something special about that house.
Yeah, it
Was.
had termites in it and everything, but
Oh,
Yeah, see,
It
termites
ate-
in
it ate all
Jose's
my
case.
books.
Jose's case, termites are friends.
To the ants. Anyway, बहुत हो गया तुम लोग का हो गया अभी बहुत कितना खींच रहे चलो Srikar, have a good night.
Thank you,
Take care,
Srikar.
ठीक है. Yeah.
bye.
Wow. Man, has that ever happened to you where I had kind of
Deja vu. I
Bro,
Termites?
I had a meeting today over
Hmm.
Zoom, and at the end of the meeting, I was like, I feel like I've had this meeting before. Like
Oh.
the same people. I've never met them in my life before, but I felt like I already met them before. Maybe it was the way they were sitting or something, God knows. Deja vu can also mess with your mind like anything.
Yeah. I've had dreams of like where I've met loved ones, but in houses I don't recognize. So it's damn bizarre, and such great details of these houses. Like, I mean, so it's interesting. I don't know what to make of it, but yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. Really nice. I appreciate you taking the effort to fill the space. What a lovely
I mean,
house.
the house, yeah, it didn't look
There,
like
that's the
anything
dream
like
house.
this. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a dream house. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Almost hitting. I think aa gaya beta. Checking. Mom is checking on them. Almost 2 hours into the stream. Thank you to
time?
the. Yeah. Bhosrika.
Is
I mean-
11:54.
Hi, Upananda. Have you been here before?
Yes.
That's unfortunate. Look,
You changed the
is that
house.
Sachin behind you? Sachin Tendulkar, just look behind for a
Jose is
second.
struggling right now. Struggling. Jose is struggling.
Upananda is. Oh, there's something. Network make.
Will you?
God,
I know you'll cut me off. Oh
hello.
God.
Anyway, we just want to say thank you for your previous story. It was very creepy. I can't remember which episode it was. Really creepy. But we catch you on the Discord server to continue your creepy stories. Here, unfortunately, the one. Thank you guys for backing me up and just waiting for this to go as it goes.
Please go ahead, Jose.
Nobody's
Please go
saying
ahead.
anything,
Go ahead. Just
Aramkor.
go ahead. I'm waiting for you.
Upananda, we catch you on the next.
How mean is he?
Discord.
Upananda, let me tell you what Jose's been trying to say. Is that
What do you mean? How mean
Upananda,
is-
one second. Upananda, I know Jose is harsh sometimes, right? But what he's trying to say is that while I'm sure you have a fantastic story, we have to let you go because it's a fair policy that we've played.
Let
But
this-
we
there's a
hope
lot
to
of
see you.
people waiting.
No
We
problem.
hope to see you soon again because I mean, just give it a little space. That's all.
Yeah, take
For the
care.
next story.
Swayamvar.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Jose is so mean, yeah. I can't deal with
Cyril,
this.
very good with
So-
rejecting.
Yeah. Hey, he's getting ready for his Cyril Swayamvar next week.
He's like, it's not
सुरेश
you,
जी,
it's me.
नहीं, देखिए,
It's a fair
हम-
policy, you know. Come on.
Yeah, हम अभी भूत का कहानी बात कर रहे थे, ghosting.
Oh God. Man, funny. Devesh says, is USA, Canada, Australia scary because there are forests and less population? People live outside
Yes,
cities and
it is
stuff.
very
In India, there is a
freaky.
person everywhere. Bro, have you been to the insides? Like even either be same cheese hai, yaar. You
No,
go,
no,
like-
no. Like
Even in
it's
Goa, there are
damn.
some places which are completely like, there is one or two houses in between like 2-3 fields around. Scary. So,
Yeah.
Devesh, I deduct your theory.
Hi.
Tejasvi, how are you? Hi,
Hey,
Huku.
I'm
Hi.
Tejasvi.
good.
कैसी है?
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi,
Huku.
hi. Tejasvi पहले आई का stream
No, this is the first time.
में? Okay.
Actually, I never watch your shows, guys.
Oh.
Stream, guys.
That's a
My
good
husband
policy.
is-
That's a fair policy.
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice.
My husband is a huge fan of your streams,
Oh, no,
actually.
we
So
don't mind
sweet.
funding some help for him. We कर
Yeah.
सकते हैं. Anyway, go
So
for it.
I won't waste much time, but I have an experience which I would like to share.
Sure.
It's pretty creepy experience. So all this started when I moved to US. This happened in 2019. So the stream, the situation was, this is a pretty new house that we moved into. We signed a lease for an year, and after that, I wasn't able to work in US. So मैं घर पे ही रहती थी. So my husband used to go to office like 8 to 5, regular job. So after 3-4 days, I started hearing sounds like people walking, like it's pretty, heavy steps. Like I can feel when somebody heavy person is walking around, right?
Yeah.
So I used to go to my door and open it and check if somebody is there, but nobody used to be there. So I shared this with my husband, and he was like, people in US generally tend to have pets in their houses. So maybe, wo bhag rahe honge, then you might have. So, but we noticed that हमारे फ्लोर में किसी के घर में भी pets नहीं थे, and the neighbors were very old. Like अगर वो चलते भी हैं तो very very slow, but the footsteps that I used to hear were very very fast and very heavy. And हमारे roof में, like on the roof, I used to hear these footsteps. But the thing is, nobody can climb over there. It is like this. Like nobody
The
can,
roof,
and
alright.
it is pretty clear if somebody चढ़ के अगर उधर पे जाते हैं तो clearly पता चल जाता है कि somebody is standing and वहां से दिख रहा है. But I used to always stand in balcony if there is some sounds like that, but nobody used to be there. And after few days, हमारा hall थोड़ा बहुत बड़ा था, So we used to have a TV, like 55-inch ka TV rehta tha. And suddenly I was reading a book in my hall, and I could see some shadows, reflection in my TV, and I was shit scared. And immediately I on the TV क्योंकि मुझे इतना डर
Smart.
लग रहा था कि I couldn't even turn back, right? And it was pretty scary. From that day, I never switched off the TV immediately when my husband goes to office. My TV was always on from 8 to 5, even after that. So this is one thing, and this happened for almost 8 to 9 months with me. And you know, when you travel in from a long distance in flight, you will have a jet lag, right? You cannot sleep, your sleep will be different, but that will be like fixed in 1 week or so. But I couldn't sleep for 8 months, whole night. I used to be awake as if somebody is not allowing me to sleep at night, right? And in the date I was pretty sick. I got dark eye circles. I was never able to sleep. And in the daytime you tend to sleep, right? And it was like if I am sleeping on my couch, I was not able to go into my bedroom to sleep because I was scared, as if somebody is standing in front of the bedroom and stopping me not to go. So I used to sleep on my couch itself. When I was sleeping in my couch, it was like somebody is staring at me. Like you will understand, right? कि कोई आपको ऐसे
Is that
ऐसे
feeling जब
घूर
कोई
रहा है.
आपको देख रहा है?
Correct, correct,
हाँ,
correct, correct.
exactly. जब आपको constantly देख रहा है तो you will be very uncomfortable. And आपको मालूम है कि आप alone, you are staying alone,
Correct.
nobody is at home, but still there is somebody who is constantly staring at you. Even though like, you know, people say when you start reading, you automatically go to sleep, or कुछ चल रहा है पीछे, then you automatically go to sleep. So these things used to happen. I used to go to sleep, but it used to be like कोई मुझे उठा रहा है. Why, like, you can't sleep, you have to wake up. So I shared this thing with my husband, and he was like, "Nahi, maybe, you know, you were working in India, and yeah, you are very alone. Maybe this is not, you know, this is tumhara vehem hai and nothing is happening." But after a few days, I noticed that I was cooking in my kitchen and I could hear the footsteps in my hall.
Oh, wow.
That somebody is literally walking there or standing there. And like, you know, somebody, ऐसा लगता था कि मैं kitchen में काम कर रही हूँ, तो ऐसा लगता था कि hall में somebody is waiting for me. And you know, the winds, and मेरे balcony में, so the balcony is made with wood. So it is not concrete, made with wood. And if somebody walks, you can hear somebody is walking. It used to be very wobble, you know. It itna strong bhi nahi tha. And it is pretty cold. Nobody can walk. It is like minus, the weather used to be minus 15, minus 16, full snow. ऐसा नहीं रहता कि you can just, with normal clothes, you can walk out and go out. So even in that cold, I could hear pretty heavy steps in my balcony. So this happened for almost 9 months. And because that was a lease, we couldn't break it. We couldn't go out. We had to stay there. This experience, I was having this experience each and every day. And then immediately the lease was finished and we moved to a new place. And there was nothing. Just the day I moved, I was just sleeping the whole day.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You were able to
And
sleep
exhausted.
again.
Yeah.
no, it was pretty creepy and freaky. And there is one more incident. Like, we had a pretty big couch, and I used to sit in one corner. My husband used to sit in another corner. It was like somebody's in between. We never used to sit in middle. Never. Intentionally, even if you're sitting for 2 minutes, you will up ऐसे side में हो
Slide पे
जाएंगे.
जाते हैं, हाँ.
हाँ, slide away चले जाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं रहता था कि कभी भी. It has never happened. अगर बगल में बैठ के टीवी देखना है तो we used to sit in the floor. It was not intentional, but we never sat in between of that couch. And same couch, we moved to a new place and we never sat on the corners. We were always sitting in the middle
Center.
because it was very comfortable.
It's
Wow.
crazy. Your
never-
behavior was being
It's
changed
like
and
you're
adjusted.
pushed apart in that other apartment.
Yeah,
And-
and it was like forcefully it was happening to us.
Hmm.
We went into depression. My husband went into depression. We were not talking for few months. It was so much of negative
Damn.
vibes.
Yeah.
Still, we do not know what was it and why it happened. But I could, they say that when there is something, you feel very chill and very cool, right? Ghar pe temperature
correct.
used to be, the heat used to be on at 80 Fahrenheit,
Hmm.
but still I used to be in jacket and I used to have my comforter.
It's that
quilt,
cold
sab
still.
kuch.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a
Te-
really
yeah, te-
freaky story.
Tejasvi, so I just want to ask you, did you all, during the period when you were in the house, did you all try to do anything to protect yourselves, or do you all try to do anything to
I
ward
don't think
away?
they were
the
aware of what
feeling?
was happening.
No, because Suresh's theory has brought something up because if they may not understood even because USA pe to the spirits are if a different language. So like
We thought something else, Jab, I live in Ohio, so Ohio is a pretty cold state. So what we thought कि summers or winters में जब ये pipe से जब पानी flow होता है तो there are some sounds like hit करते हुए sound होता है पर we noticed that ये भी आता था वो भी आता था like somebody is walking in the floor वो simultaneously होता था.
Anyway,
So
most
it
important
was-
question: are you guys okay today? You guys are fine?
yeah. We are
Excellent.
fine. We
That's
moved
the
to
best
that.
thing.
Yeah, we moved from that place and we are fine. And
Yeah.
it is not like in between is 8 months ke between we were 1 or 2 months we were in India also. So tab I used to be like pretty fine. No jet lag, nothing. I used to sleep peacefully, everything. Once I am back to US again to that house, it was normal. It was like regularly what it was happening for when I
Crazy.
started
Wow.
living there.
Crazy. Yeah.
Really
Thank you, Tejasvi.
freaky, unnerving story.
Yeah.
Tejasvi, thank you. And
Um,
Enjoy
yeah.
the sleep.
अरे
अरे,
hello
अरे।
sir, how are you?
हाँ, आप दोनों बीच पे बैठ रहे सोफा पे अभी देख रहे
Yes,
great.
yes.
That's so sweet. man.
Really
good.
sweet.
Congratulations. God bless.
Cheers, man. Good to hear everything's good now. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Yeah.
Bye guys. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
You know,
Oh my
Suresh,
God.
all I was thinking was during this time they must have been saying some prayers and the spirit's like, what are you guys talking about? You know, I can't understand anything out here.
I like how the America में वो
Yeah.
Australian booth आ गया.
Yeah. I mean,
देख
yeah.
वो अपने लिए वो लोग सब एक जैसे ही है तो कोई भी
हाँ,
accept
so it's
करेगा।
What the hell?
It's the same thing. I say I want to say that we can. I don't know. Let's separate them since they're
चले
not
जाओ
getting
यहाँ
scared.
से हरामी booth and they're like, what did he
See, but-
say?
see, but-
चले
हरामी
जाओ.
But so this side of the continent में like all the countries this side of the world, just imagine ऐसा कुछ होएगा, immediately there are 7 people to help you. You know, they'll come up with free advice. अरे ऐसा हो सकता है. ऐसा
मतलब
हो सकता है
हमारे
करके.
देश में.
Yeah, हमारे देश
हाँ.
में क्यों everywhere?
हाँ.
ना, this whole
Oh,
region,
अच्छा.
Pakistan, India, Sri
हाँ.
Lanka,
हाँ.
China, everywhere. There are such a lot of people, na, that they will come and try and help you. वहाँ
Correct,
पे,
correct, correct.
they need to deal with their own shit, you know.
Are we talking about spirits or real people? I'm
Suresh
very
spent a lot of
confused.
time over there.
I'm very confused. If we're talking about ghosts or spirits or real people.
Okay, we're getting
So
towards the
long
last
distance.
last 10 minutes
distance.
of the
I
stream.
love long distance.
Hey, Jose, can you hear that?
Hello.
No,
Hello.
I can't.
The time is 12:07.
It's 12:08.
The
I
dogs
can't give a
outside-
time check also properly. Sale.
The dogs in the
Um,
lane started barking.
Sir,
also,
we see you. We
100%.
see you. These
Yeah.
assholes.
Am I audible all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Very
Please
much.
hold
You
on
are
for some
Spotify.
time. Let us
Okay,
finish
correct.
our conversation. We'll come back to you in a bit. So as I was saying,
Hey, एक second हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं.
हाँ,
Anyway,
हमको मौका नहीं मिलता है बात करने के लिए. नहीं, I'm
what is
joking.
your
Go
name,
ahead,
sir?
Shivam.
Hi, Shivam. Welcome to the stream.
Hi.
Take it away. Hi,
So-
Hoezaay.
Yeah, so I've got two stories, but however, I'm not going to tell you the most recent one because I had to show my face and it's very, very personal.
Fair enough.
So
fair enough.
yeah, so the story I'm going to tell right now, it's from it was in 2007 or 6. So we went to Rajgir. It's near Nalanda University, the old Nalanda, right? And so when we were coming, so the thing was that we actually went to a pilgrimage place,
And from there, that Rajgir tour was very impromptu. So we did not do any, train reservations and all those things. So when we had to come back, we actually, took a passenger train, which is like all the compartments, 13, 15 compartments, all of them were, the normal general class compartments, right? So, so we sat, we were like 6 or 7 of us, family, basically. So the train, it actually started running at the perfect time. So it was a very, very, a strange thing during back that time. And then it took around 3 to 4 hours. So the actual journey was for 14 hours. Okay. So
One
itself,
second, before I know where the story is going, because I have written a story like this to be made into a Malayalam film, by the way. Now you continue, so that just in case
Yeah.
you feel that maybe I'm taking something out of the story, but yeah.
Okay, so this train was, I think it still runs. It's a Rajgir Howrah passenger. So I'm basically from Kolkata, right? And so yeah, so the entire journey was supposed to be completed within 14 hours. It actually took 26 hours. So that's a different thing. So it started in 3-4 hours. We reached Bakhtiarpur Junction, okay, and it was winter, so it was about to, the sun was about to set, and we, the train completely halted, and it stayed there for 30-40 minutes. So we went out, tried to, take a stroll along the platform, and we saw no one. And that was, the high Naxalite movement kind of time, and the train was supposed to go through the South Bihar, right, which was like very, very active during that time. So we were a bit, scared. And when we came back to the compartment where we took the seats, we saw like the entire compartment was empty. We saw the entire compartment got filled because the people who were, sitting in other compartments, they came as they saw, maybe a family, so would be a good peaceful environment to travel along. So they came here and they sat, and the entire compartment was 70-80% filled. So now the train started again after an hour or so, and right after 2 hours or so, the train stopped. And this happened, it had happened for 4 to 5 times. That's why that 26 hours it took, right? So, and we saw, the people started vanishing. Like there was a family of a girl child and her parents. They were not there. Okay. So, and there was another person who was traveling alone. He said he travels along the route very often, and he started telling us stories that this train is very, infamous about murders and all those things happening because of the Naxalite people, right? So we shut all the doors and the the windows and everything. And then suddenly the 5th time or the 4th time it stopped, there was no stations, and whenever it was stopping, there was no station, there was no platform. It used to stop right in the middle of a jungle or something, okay?
Oh my
And
God.
around the 4th or 5th time it stopped, uh, you know someone or like many people started banging the windows and the doors, okay?
अंदर
So
से
it
कि
was
बाहर से?
bahar se. Okay. And this guy who was traveling alone, he said, don't open, don't open, don't open. Okay. And then I think Bhagalpur or some station came. I don't remember the name of the station. There was a knock, like a furious knock. So we opened the door because the guy said, we are from RPF. Okay. So this RPF Jawan, he came inside and he said, okay, you guys are safe, right? Okay. So you never open the door and never open even the emergency exit and all those things. He asked us to shut all the layers of it. Okay. And then he went out. So the most chilling thing, we did never, understood the entire magnitude of the situation. Okay. So when we came to Howrah station, normally what happens, a long distance train doesn't, the doesn't go back immediately, right? So it will go to the car shed and all those things.
Mm.
So before that, someone will come and shut the doors of the compartment, right? So normally what happens, like people, they give the passengers time. They will come down, the entire car will empty, and then they will shut the doors, lock the doors. But our entire group was not yet down. A guy came and he was trying to shut the door. We said, we are there, we're yet to come down. Not all of us have come down. Okay.
Even us. Yeah.
So, yeah. So this guy said, "Oh, you guys are alive." What do you mean? So हिंदी में बोलने में अच्छा फीलिंग आएगा, माहौल क्रिएट होगा. So he said, "आप लोग मतलब जिंदा हो?" What do you mean? हाँ, ये ट्रेन तो लाशों का ट्रेन है. कभी कभी तो ड्राइवर भी गायब हो जाता है, तो ट्रेन वहीं पे पड़ा रहता है. So we expect no one to come. That's why I came so early, to shut the doors. We know this is what happens. So then so then afterwards we realized all those people vanishing. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, what do you call them? Ghosts? Or no?
I don't
So
call
that's
them
my
only.
story.
Wow, bro.
Wow.
Scary. Yo, my
It was a very
God.
traumatic experience because of
For us
it getting
also, yeah.
stopped and getting banged out
And
from outside.
no other passengers got out along with you all from other compartments in the station.
That guy who was alone, he was only there.
Oh, the whole train was empty, excepting for you all.
Not just our compartment, all the
entire
other
train.
compartments. Yeah,
Yeah.
entire train.
Yeah, someone's commenting saying Harry Potter ka train thoda galat track pe nikal gaya na. Bro, thank
Dude,
you so
that
much
is,
for sharing this long,
Yeah.
distance train story.
Yeah,
Really good. brother.
and from a city like Mumbai, we've never
thanks for
seen
taking
empty trains, so that's also an experience.
Right. Even Howrah
Bro,
is probably the largest, footfall station having a footfall.
Correct.
So
Correct.
even that, even a Howrah train,
Solid
it's
story.
like
bro.
that. Yeah.
People
Creepy.
sometimes watch this stream and say, "Aap log zinda hai?" Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you, buddy. Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
so much, bro. Take care. Have a good
Great
evening.
stuff.
Sorry for my storytelling skills, but yeah.
Bro, it
No,
was
no,
damn
it's
good.
good, man.
Kya
It's
baat
really
kar
good.
rahe bhai? Chalo.
This is why we're never gonna take trains anymore.
Nobody said nahi koi nahi. Great story, bro. Thank you so much.
Lovely
Take
story.
care. Bye. Wow.
But it's so amazingly, I have written a story like
Was it
this.
the same story that you thought it was, Suresh?
No, mine is more
pata tha.
of, but very, very, but
there's nudity in Suresh's story.
no, but it's quite amazing that there's such a lot of similarity. Anyway.
There's a train.
In the story.
No.
Oh, you mean
But
the coincidence is creepy.
But bro,
train.
can you imagine being on a train, you're traveling alone and all or whatever, and then later somebody comes and says, "Arey, aap kya kar rahe idhar? What are you doing? This is a train only for corpses and all."
I mean, my question out here is, how did they get on the train in the first place?
Yeah. What's
But
going on over there?
yeah, but that can happen. I mean, sometimes the trains just like on
So
the
I think
platform.
let's not, if these things should be there recorded on Google somewhere. So let's find out. Haunted
That's
train.
what Suresh will be. Hey, you can't type
Suresh
haunted
is
train into
like,
Google. The whole world suffers from Suresh.
Hey,
Anyway,
but Suresh, there's a great thing if you're riding trains. There's something I do, and I'll tell you, it's a great way to this melt away stress. Go to live train feeds. So you go to YouTube, and it's just a live trains all over the world from the engine room, and you can.
I just love watching trains.
Beautiful.
Long distance trains.
So
it's so beautiful.
Another one of these de-stressors is those air gliders. So there are endless streams of air gliders also, so you get to watch these planes flying around stuff. You can we're telling people about these in the middle of a ghost story, just so you'd feel better later. Okay, guys, it's time for the last story of the night. I don't know if this is a place called. If this is a Bedwala, a place in India, or is it Bedwala? I don't know.
All over the world from the engine room, and you can.
I just love watching trains.
So another one of these. Do you have 2-3 monitors running? Kya dekh rahe hai?
Yeah, he's looking left, right. Aggressively, he's looking left, right.
Okay, you need to turn the stream off, and you're on the stream.
3, 2, 1. There, he's got it.
He's joining us in real time. Any moment now, he will be with us here at 12:18 p.m. Guys, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. Ye sab. Bhai sahab, aap ho idhar. You might need to put your earphones on. Hey, staring contest, guys.
We won. जीत गया. हम जीत गया. जीत गया.
Got scared of you, Cyril.
So mean. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's so funny.
Suresh ji.
Oh my god.
इसका ट्रेन का कुछ आया नहीं अभी तक.
Suresh is.
क्या कर रहा है,
I'll send you the links. I'll send you links.
Okay.
ट्रेन बूट ढूंढ रहा हूँ.
Let's see who gets the last call.
Imagine a whole train that's a ghost. That's trippy.
Ghost train.
Yeah, you know, but I always found it creepy. Like whenever you stay close to a tracks or some, like a guest house, and then the train makes a horn sound in the middle of the night, and it's
that like Suresh's chair.
Yeah, train sounds is so much of fun.
Yeah, you could hear it, like especially early in the morning when the city is quiet. You can hear it at a distance, and you know far away from the station. It's amazing.
Sometimes that whole thing of being on the train, especially earlier when we used to travel. So in the second class and sleep on the top.
Oh yeah,
middle of the night you could hear this engine whistle out. The diesel.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And especially during a long distance train, when the slight like skylight is kicking in, it's got that.
You all call each other, okay?
No, see, Hoezaay, we're just doing this for you because I know that from a hall to your bedroom,
I appreciate.
There is no train station.
Well, Mr. Jain gets settled, and
Rishabh, welcome. Good to have you here.
Am I on, sir?
Yes, you are.
You're on,
bro.
You're on.
On.
I'm a big fan. I can't believe I'm online.
I saw that big fan. अच्छा वाला है उधर थोड़ा पीछे. Anyway, brother, you ready to tell us a ghost story?
It's not much of a ghost story. I'm not a big it happened right in this room only a couple of days back only. I was watching something on my iPad, and I can show you around. Like this is the room, like main room to the house, and I was lying on the bed over here, and then I heard someone who's walking in the wardrobe and all. Okay, so I thought it's my sister because we right now share a room because some construction is going on, like renovation is going on in my room. So we share a room. So I thought my sister here is to change or something like that. So I called him also. I called her also and I asked her because some guests were down. So I just wanted to know if the guest had have left so I can go down and all. So I called her out and my sister's name is Ria. So I called her out are the guests have they gone or not? So it's just like it's the sound of opening the old Godrej wardrobes, right? That creaking sound.
The metal cupboards.
Almari.
Yeah.
So that was there. She didn't reply. So I thought she must be having earphones on and all. So she might be on a call or something. So she's not replying and all. Then I heard the bathroom door opening and locking and the noise of the latch coming and all. And I went over there and the bathroom light was on and nobody was there. So I went downstairs after 5 minutes and I asked her, did you come upstairs and all? She's like, no, I'm not. I have not been up in like last 2.5 hours. So that thing happened. I don't know what happened or something. I also am a bit skeptical, but just like Rick's kai ko lene ka.
Maybe the guest was looking for the bathroom or the cupboard ke andar gaya.
That's what I thought. Being a Kanwasti man, that's what I thought.
Rishabh, I think give it a few more days. This is some place that you moved in just recently.
No. Matlab, I usually stay in Delhi. I'm in Indore right now. It's my hometown. So, but I am born and brought up in this house only.
Oh, then.
Yeah. Rishabh, was the bathroom wet?
Kind of like not like someone has had a bath.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if the same ghost has been going, but there's a ghost apparently has been keeping bathrooms wet.
And something creepy happened a few days back. It's a monsoon season. I was watching some movie, and so there's this window over here. So through this window, I don't know if you guys can see over there. Around 4 o'clock in the night, I just got up and there was this thunderclap and all. So I just looked out of the window and I saw some like a figure standing over there. So I got creeped out and I'm like, what the hell is happening with me in the last couple of days? Abhi kuch ho raha hai karke. And then I gathered the courage. मैंने कहा नहीं यार कुछ देख रहा हूँगा मैं 2-3 मिनट के लिए. I started looking somewhere else and then मैंने कहा अभी देखता हूँ चेक करता हूँ कि is it a figure of my imagination or something is really there. तो मैं देखा it's still over there. थोड़ा डार्क था और बारिश भी हो रही थी तो मतलब बिल्कुल ऐसा माहौल टाइप बन गया था. फिर मैंने कहा यार अगर कुछ होगा ही तो अगर भूत आ ही गया है तो फिर बच के क्या फायदा है. मैं कहा देख ही लेता हूँ. I should confront him only.
Yeah, you should just turn on one of our streams. सब भूत लोग भाग जाएंगे. Yeah.
So I went over there just because we bought a new dog and all. तो उसकी वजह से जो घर के plants है वो सारे वो terrace पे shift कर रहे हैं. तो it was just a long plant over there. वो उसके हाथ पैर निकल रहे थे.
Oh,
wow.
Rishabh,
Anyway,
also since I just asked you where you're staying in the new house that you shifted, you said no. Just want to ask you if you're in a relationship and there's some gadbad happening, these things could happen.
No, that was a long time back, sir. I have given up on love and all.
We ended that stream, Suresh. वो हो गया खत्म वो वाला stream.
Sometimes
it's for the best only.
No, sorry, Suresh. Are you saying the ghost is in love with him? I mean, that's a different. Then that's a different conversation.
There's no ghost over there.
Yeah. Anyway, the final thing for you to check is has that guest of yours reached home?
Cupboard में है.
That's the last thing to do.
Hey, please check your cupboard if everything's inside here. Guest से थोड़ा कपड़ा भी निकाल के चले गए.
Can you show us the dog that is there?
Bro, he's like, there's a small puddle in front of the cupboard. पता नहीं तो वो guest को he need to go to the bathroom very badly. So he's like, अभी मैं अटक गया हूँ इधर. He's like, there's some ghostly plasma, ectoplasm.
Flush कहाँ है?
Can we meet your dog? Is he there around somewhere?
What's up?
Nothing.
Can we
Nothing.
meet your
He
dog?
didn't
Is
say
he there
anything.
around somewhere?
No, dog is not okay.
Anyway, brother Rishabh, thank you so much for sharing that story.
So much,
Just one thing.
Big fan.
I feel like Mr. Cyril Diabs is the most underrated person around here.
Oh.
I can't believe that he only has around 2.5k followers on YouTube. Like,
Thank you.
he
Yeah.
deserves
Those are
2.5
all my
lakh
No,
family members.
nobody. Many people don't know about this. He learned this from Suresh. He had 1 million actually. सबको block किया because they're all like, "Can I marry you? Can I marry you?" तो सब उनको निकाल दिया.
Yeah. I've only left my family members now on that channel.
Thank you, Rishabh. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you,
so
Rishabh.
much. Good
Thank
night.
you so much.
Bye.
अभी देखे बोल दिया ना underrated बोले चल मैं जा रहा है अभी.
You're fired, sir. Only I am
allowed.
allowed. Only I am allowed to be underrated, sir. मेरा T-shirt भी बन गया. इसको निकालो भाई, निकालो. ये rated है वो rated. Anyway, great stream tonight, guys. Lots of Haboboos happened. I did feel a lot of Haboboos tonight.
When are we going live?
We are live already. Anyway, that's wonderful. It's scary, but Suresh, you want to read any? Fine. Anybody wants to come into the stream now, Suresh? You let us know. We'll see what we can do.
Guys, if you want to reach out to Suresh, please don't bother him on LinkedIn. Okay, he is not entertaining anyone. But if you go to shadi.com,
One second. This is
Profile
something really.
on Shadi.
Hey, one second.
Yes,
Wow. This lady has written to me, Sunflower, who was there on one of the streams, and our family was blessed with a healthy baby girl. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, are we doing society meet like congrats and all to his
I'd like to take this opportunity and say that on the first floor of my building.
But congrats, new babies are the
Congrats.
best. Guys, thank you so
And
much
when
for
they
being
start
on the
crying-
stream. Yeah, what happens when they start crying? Tell us about that.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just very beautiful.
Cyril actually
As a father.
Yeah, a father. We don't. Many of those kids have not met Cyril, so you got kids everywhere, every country, different one.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm just focused on Suresh, but I don't know if he's paying attention to us or he's
whether
gone
that's a
somewhere.
fake thing.
Oh, no,
That's a fake
I
Suresh.
just saw the first. She's put the picture of the baby also.
So sweet.
What the hell is this update, bro? I love to the child and all. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone who's been on the stream. A big round of applause for our panelists, Suresh Menon, Cyril Gabriello,
Sorry, Mr. Rajput.
And Hoezaay
What the hell was that? If you have,
This is
if you haven't, please like the stream.
sorry.
If you already have, then unlike करके re-like कर लेना. All up to you, but कोई मतलब कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है. Of course, don't forget to go to Cyrus Sahukar's Instagram and just type what the hell.
Yeah.
Look behind you. Yeah,
I think just say look behind you. This message saying look behind you.
The traitor wala thing is a little unnerving, so don't do that
Yeah.
to him. Guys, it's time to end the stream. Just pretend like you can hear this
Hoezaay.
amazing music which was made by Ninad from our
Mahol.
Discord server.
Mahol.
Fever हो गया. Fever हो गया. बिल्डिंग के ऊपर से कोई चल के जा रहा था.
भूत का ट्रेन.
भूत का ट्रेन. Nice. थोड़ा EDM वाला feel. Yeah. चू चू. मेरे को फीवर हो गया. दिन भर टीवी देखा मैं.
बाल मत काटो भूत.
टीवी का बिल एकदम बहुत लंबा बड़ा हो गया बिल.
Party sharty.
Suresh is doing all that, but his mic is cutting it out with the noise cancellation.
Oh, really I thought Suresh is mocking us or something.
Anyway.
This it's cancelling off, but the chair
Unnerving.
is not.
Imagine.
So, because natural sounds it doesn't cancel.
If it was really a chair ka sound, it would stop. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. Enjoy your
give
weekend.
it a 5 out of 10.
Fuck, I'm talking to the viewer. God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's it. Have a good night.
Hey, Hoezaay, what I was thinking is that.
Okay, we have to redo that again because proper ending nahi mila. Cyril was thinking something. Cyril, what were you thinking?
Sorry, nothing. Actually, nothing. It's gone. It's gone in my head.
Okay, here we go. Love stream khatam. Khatam. I don't know why I said that. Ho gaya. Love clinic khatam. Bahut time pehle khatam. Oh, tea strainers in the eyes. Oh, I saw some flies. Eat some fries. Kanda, batata, aloo, bhujia. Haboboo. Fever, watchman, corpses. 1 hour later, fever, 100.
Hey,
Chal, guys.
I have one.
You always have something at the end.
One. Suresh will like this.
Pull.
What do you call dead policemen? The policemen who are ghosts.
Oh,
okay.
What? Police.
Corpses.
Nice. Corpses. That's actually pretty good. I was sensed danger at the starting of the joke, but that's not bad. Thank you, everyone. Hopefully, Cyril will not have another joke at the end of this. Thanks for watching this unnerving session of Ghost Stories. Oh no, guys, we have to do another Marvel end credit scene.
1 second. Hey, yeah, I'm coming right now.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I was trying to
Hoezaay.
mute you from interrupting again, and I muted the music altogether. So that I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna press the button any moment now.
Yeah,
Ready?
that's it.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Chalo, bye.